Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
As we celebrate the 44th anniversary of our nation's independence, the independence celebrations continue with the cultural extravaganza. Come join us at Victoria Park, Grenville on Saturday, 3rd February, starting time 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, go over to Crowshoe at the Crowshoe RC Church for the church service. And on Tuesday, February 6th, National Colors Day, oil gown competition, and interministerial competition. On Independence Day, Wednesday, February 7th, please come down to the National Stadium starting at 1 p.m. with the Made in Grenada Expo, the military parade and rally at 4 p.m. and the This Is Home concert at 6:30 p.m. ending with the grand fireworks. Let's all celebrate the Big 44. One people, one nation, our responsibility. Happy birthday, Grenada.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. Between 2008 to 2013, the economy regressed every year. Between 2014 to 2017, the economy grew every year. Vote competence, vote NMP.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government. Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
Parliamentary Elections Office announces changes to some polling stations. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. The Parliamentary Elections Office has announced some changes to polling stations in the Tongue of St. George Southeast and St. Patrick. The 9 polling stations in the Tongue of St. George have been condensed to 7 in the interest of protecting the identity of voters. This means that polling stations GO8 and GO9 have been merged and are now being referred to as GO7. Polling station GO7 has been merged with GO1. Polling station GO5 is now voting at the St. Joseph's Convent, St. George, while GO8 and GO9 will vote at the St. George's SDA School. Mr. Ferdinand Phillip, Voter and Civic Registration Officer at the Parliamentary Elections Office, spelled out the other changes on the GIS Spice Morning Show.
GO7 has now been merged with GO1. Persons in GO1 will vote at the St. George's Magistrates Court, St. John Street, St. George Northeast. GO2, A, B, and C previously voted at the Sunset Restaurant and Bar. Those stations will now be at the Lacroix building. So previously it was at Sunset Restaurant and Bar. It's now at Lacroix's building. St. George Southeast. KO1 was at the Veterinary Lab on Lotus Lane. It is now at the Anglican High School, Lotus Lane entrance. KO3 was at Wilfred Ross Building at Calivini. It is now at the Calivini Community Center. KO5 was at Mrs. James' shop on the Greens, also known as the Teapot. It is now at the Bethel Hall Methodist Church. And for St. Patrick East, PO4 was previously at Jim Cornwall's premises at Monfendu.
It is our responsibility, therefore, to make Grenada more than a place, but a community based on mutuality and common love of country.
Reverend Dr. Osbert James addressing the congregation at the annual Ecumenical Independence Service at the Croatia Roman Catholic Church on Sunday. His sermon focused on this year's independence theme, One People, One Country, Our Responsibility. Dr. James highlighted what defines us as a nation. He called it true Grenadianism.
We cannot make distinctions between the Grenadian by birth or, as someone has said, the Grenadian by boat. Neither between the Grenadian by succession nor the Grenadian by naturalization. The Grenadian who has always resided here and the Grenadian who has just come back. The Grenadian who has chosen to work and live here and contribute directly to the life of the country, and the Grenadian in the diaspora who is engaged with this country in meaningful ways. What matters is our commitment to the ideals of Grenadianism. Grenadianism is not concerned about the accident of one's birth on this volcanic rock, as much as it is about holding sacrosanct certain core values which define us as a nation. And I want to lift up the values like country before self, neighborliness, compassion, kindness, tolerance, and a spirituality which informs all aspects of our lives.
Dr. James says political differences should be placed on the back burner and all need to adopt a country-first attitude as we move forward.
If different organizations, businesses, and institutions like the church, the school, and the family were to incorporate elements of this compact in their planning and allow it to inform their activities, we can make Grenada an even greater country. We can make Grenada a nation which is ever conscious of God, aspiring, building, and advancing as one people.
The ecumenical service was attended by Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, cabinet members, former government officials, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, among others. Grenada is bustling with activity in preparation for its 44th independence anniversary on February 7th. This year's celebrations are being held under the theme, One People, One Country, Our Responsibility. The newly opened Grenville Bus Terminus was transformed into a patriotic village on Saturday, where the National Celebrations Committee held its cultural extravaganza. Chairman of the committee, Anne-Marie Marichaux, commended Grenadians on their display of patriotism so far during the celebrations.
Our heritage, our cultural heritage, our shortening, vehicle, jab jab, wild Indians, fancy mass. This is a true reflection of us as Grenadians. And as our theme for this year says, one people, one country, our responsibility. It is our responsibility as Grenadians to showcase what Grenada has.
Independence, along with Christmas and Carnival, are seasons that Grenadians in the diaspora come home to support. Yvette Noel Schur, famous R&B singer, Beyoncé's publicist, says she considers herself a Grenadian ambassador. She says amidst all the changes, the people remain the same.
see that although there's so much progress and employment and all that stuff, it's nice that some things haven't changed, and that's like people being friendly and good to one another. And I think I'm the proudest to be from Grenada than anything else I've ever done or ever accomplished. I've been a publicist for a very long time, probably about 25 years, and I've worked with some of the best artists in the world. And 2 seconds after you meet me, you know that I'm Grenadian.
Celebration continues on Tuesday, which has been dubbed National Oil Dung and National Colours Day.
On the Esplanade, if you don't want to see the competition, you can also get some oil dung on the carronade, Stillman music, all part of our celebration, handled by the Food and Nutrition Council.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It's a grand celebration taking place in the nation. Independence 44. Celebrating as one people, one country, our responsibility. The National Stadium on February 7th will be transformed. Red, green, and gold will reign supreme. The Made in Grenada Expo begins at 1 p.m. The military parade and rally starts at 4 p.m. Addressed by the Prime Minister. Cultural performances. This is home concert and a grand finale of fireworks. Come on down, Grenada. Let's celebrate the Big 44. Grenada's independence anniversary. One people, one country, our responsibility.
The Grenada government says it is confident new West Indies manager Roy Lewis will be a major influence attempting to improve the fortunes of the regional side as it prepares to enter ICC World Cup qualifiers. News has surfaced in the region that Lewis, a former Grenada, Windward Island and West Indies leg spinner, has been appointed to the position, replacing former pacer Joel Garner. Lewis, who has been employed with CWI for a number of years since retiring from cricket, was the manager of the successful World T20 run in 2016. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell said, and I quote, "We are pleased with this appointment, and on behalf of the government and people of Grenada, we express hearty congratulations to Lewis," unquote. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government. Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. Between 2008 to 2013, the economy regressed every year. Between 2014 to 2017, the economy grew every year. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence. It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
As we celebrate the 44th anniversary of our nation's independence, the independence celebrations continue with the cultural extravaganza. Come join us at Victoria Park, Grenville on Saturday, 3rd February, starting time 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, go over to Crowshoe at the Crowshoe RC Church for the church service. And on Tuesday, February 6th, National Colors Day, oil down competition, and interministerial competition. On Independence Day, Wednesday, February 7th, please come down to the National Stadium starting at 1 p.m. with the Made in Grenada Expo, the military parade and rally at 4 p.m. and the This Is Home concert at 6:30 p.m. ending with the grand fireworks. Let's all celebrate the Big 44. One people, one nation, our responsibility. Happy birthday, Grenada.
I worked in the public service for 30 years, and it's nothing compared to politics, where you have to represent your constituency and you have to represent your ministry. And this double role is very challenging because I have the largest constituency to deal with. And unless you love people and put people at the center of what you're doing, it becomes a monumental task. But I've found the challenge to be one that both rewarding, satisfying, and it's, for the last 1.5 years, I've learned so much about people that I never thought I would learn. My biggest success is the amount of students I got to go to university. In China, in Cuba, in SGU and TAMCC. I believe the only way to come out of poverty is through education. Because I born in a very poor family, but because of education I'm here today. And I encourage all young people to pursue higher education. Let us all keep moving in Grenada.
South St. George is fast becoming the economic heartbeat of this nation. It is at the center of the housing and construction boom and unprecedented growth in education and tourism sectors. As our area rises, so does the nation. In the coming period, our challenge is to give character to this growth and to bring along the surrounding areas. So we shall improve the skill sets of people to take advantage of the coming jobs with my plan to cut unemployment in the South by 2/3. And we will extend housing assistance and give the many people who need it land tenure. More money will be made available for small business loans for people in such areas as Montoute, Grand Anse Valley, Woodlands, Woburn, Calais and Belmont. The people who are yet to be touched will get their chance. We are excited about tomorrow, and so today we shall keep moving.
My involvement in politics was always motivated by a desire to see significant change. I am here to serve, and it does not matter in what capacity. And as I move through the constituency, I feel a sense of pride and satisfaction when people tell me, yes, I like what you are doing, I like the services you are providing for us, I like the fact that you are with us and you continue to support us. So therefore, being able to serve, being being at the service of our people, I think, is my greatest satisfaction. Because if I cannot serve the people, I have no place in politics. When I look at some of the conditions under which some people have to live, I feel a sense of compulsion to do more. That gives me the urge, hey, you have to do more.
As we celebrate the 44th anniversary of our nation's independence, the independence celebrations continue with the cultural extravaganza. Come join us at Victoria Park, Grenville on Saturday, 3rd February, starting time 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, go over to Crowshoe at the Crowshoe RC Church for the church service. And on Tuesday, February 6th, National Colors Day, oil down competition, and interministerial competition. On Independence Day, Wednesday, February 7th, please come down to the National Stadium starting at 1 p.m. with the Made in Grenada Expo, the military parade and rally at 4 p.m. and the This Is Home concert at 6:30 p.m. ending with the grand fireworks. Let's all celebrate the Big 44. One people, one nation, our responsibility. Happy birthday, Grenada.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Nick, the most beautiful place on the face of the earth, and we say that bragging. We could say that with arrogance because we know for a fact no place sweeter than here. You understand?
No place.
Yeah, I wonder, boy, we go get them a piece of Grenada tune, man. I wonder if we have piece. Let me see what we could bust day for them. Let me see if we could pull a tune day for them.
In the Caribbean, there's an island, found and set aside by nature's plan. It's so beautiful to see. Really? Spice Island of the West. Lovely. And in the West Indies, I say Grenada, please. Overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country. Foreigners have recommended it highly. Hand in hand for a better land of people who can understand that space brighter out of darkness. Speaking of the land, there's much to mention as to the way we live and cope with tradition. We have no segregation here. That's right. Harmony is all we care. All right. This is land of class. I say we're unsurpassed. Overwhelmingly glad we are to be of our country. Foreigners have recommended it highly. Hand in hand for a better land of people who can understand that that's business brighter out of darkness.
Yeah, and you know, we on Hard Talk, we don't only play these tunes when you see us this week and just the 1st of February. You hear this on Hard Talk every single week. So
patriotism.
Yeah, we are no February 1st to 7th patriots. We are always patriots. So yeah, other people now here to start to play this and all kind of. They're afraid to play a local tune on the radio. Yeah, they're afraid to play it. We play this all the time. Well, they feel we ain't playing what we had to play. We playing it. Yeah, we go play thing just now. Wait, come in. Like and share. Like and share. Devon, did you say good morning to the callers?
No, I didn't.
Devon, say good morning to the callers.
Good morning, Grenada.
Yeah, Devon in the Independence callers.
Yeah. Good morning to Canada and New York. Wherever you are, listening, watching, everything. Good morning to you and a pleasant pre-independence day. Welcome to all. Man, today, Hard Talk would be, boy, I don't know.
I just make sure they can see the outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think back and so. Yeah.
I'm ready.
See, the flag is there. Flag is there. Yeah, so you can see.
I was putting a Grenada on me.
Yeah. With a nice Grenadian on it.
Yeah, with a wonderful Grenadian. I'm
understand?
sorry I couldn't have the next one. The most important one of them for this day.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yes. So Eric Matthew Gary.
Yeah, father of independence.
Yeah, and we don't only talk about Gary when it's convenient. Yesterday I heard the NDC talking about Gary and things. The same NDC I heard it talking about Gary, you know, about how they respect Sir Eric Matthew Gary and they respect Miss Cynthia Gary because she was the former member of Parliament for St. David, and how they have the utmost respect for Miss Cynthia Gary and the GULP. Yeah.
Who talking blah blah in that day, so?
Who
that fella?
The NDC candidate they have up in St. David, whatever his name is. But that's the same NDC that had an individual on their official NDC program saying the following.
And it was put in there to protect our country and our people from demagogues and dictators like Eric Matthew Gary and Dr. Keith Mitchell.
Yeah, you hear what the NDC thinks of you all? Garyites, let me remind you. So when you see they come now playing nice and all kind of thing, like they like Sir Eric Matthew Gary and Sir Eric Matthew Gary and Mrs. Gary and they so thing for the GULPites and all kind of thing. Let us remind you of what was said on the NDC official radio program by one of their mouthpieces. In other words, the views on that program are the official views of the NDC.
Oh, yes.
Hear what they describe Sir Eric Matthew Gary, the father of independence. I wonder if they're going anywhere near that stadium tomorrow. The father of independence. This is what they described him as.
And it was put in there to protect our country and our people from demagogues and dictators like Eric Matthew Gary and Dr. Keith Mitchell.
Yeah, you hear what they call it? They call Sir Eric Matthew Gary. On the NDC official program, which shares the official views of the National Democratic Congress, they stated that Sir Eric Matthew Gary was a demagogue and a dictator. That is how they speak about him. You know what I have to say about Sir Eric Matthew Gary? This is what I have to say about Sir Eric Matthew Gary, and I'm saying this about Dr. Keith Mitchell at the same time.
The star shines brightly in the sky. We'll never let it down. We shall never let a party fall, for we love it the best of all. We don't have to fight to show our might, 'cause when we start, we will fight, fight, fight. With peace and love, you'll hear us sing. God save a party, God save it, please. At the ending of the day, victory for all. We'll never let a party fall. We shall never let Grenada fall, for we love it the best of all. We don't want to fight to show our might, 'cause when we start, we will fight, fight, fight. With peace and love, you'll hear us say, God save Grenada, God save it, please. At the ending of the day, victory for all. We'll never let Grenada.
Yeah, that's what we had to say to them people that want to call Sir Eric Matthew Gary dictator, demagogue, and all kind of thing. You understand? But we know, the NDC is pretty concerned because yesterday we played this for you, so they're kind of concerned. Yeah. For those of you that didn't hear it yet, let's play it for you now so that you can hear exactly what the NDC is planning for election day. Let's hear.
Because the point is, when people like me get involved, is if your opponent is going to win this box, slow it to hell down. Object to every possible thing. Have the line outside as long as possible so that the people get frustrated, standing in the hot sun or the rain, and they go home. And at the end of the night, who does that affect? It's one of your stronger boxes, right? So while we intend to replicate that, it's to our advantage as well. We need to guard against it on our flanks. And this I'm throwing a lot at you, but know that this is just like, I want to hear what you guys think, and then we're going to be much more structured in our approach. Once you guys get your shepherds in play, your inside agents in play, your outside agents in play.
Yeah, because, you know, this morning, very interestingly, I was listening to the To The Point program, and I heard he's the chairman of the NDC, Vincent Roberts, the chairman of the NDC. And hey, why I get so nervous when the question was asked, man? I was looking at you on television, I realized like beads of sweat started to come off your forehead and all kind of thing.
Shaky.
And Vincent Roberts, you looked at Brenda Batiste and lied to her face.
You lied.
Because you said that the training was trying to train your indoor agents and so on to combat against that. That's not what the gentleman said. Yeah? He said that you all are going to replicate. Someone was telling me, because I didn't get a chance. I was kind of listening to some Richie Spice this morning and thing in between. So I didn't get a chance to listen to another program that happens in the morning time. They were saying the individual, they said that we, meaning the NNP, got some foreigner and tape a thing and send out.
Cook up something. Yeah,
yeah, I was waiting for it to say that. Yeah, I was waiting for it to say that. But once again, this is what was said in an indoor meeting of the NDC. How did I get it? I can swear on a Bible right now that the new National Party did not, or the government of Grenada, or the Royal Grenada Police Force, nobody was involved in getting this audio to me like that. Nobody like that was organized to get anything like that to me. Yeah? We did not use any electronic means. Vince Roberts, you know a lot about using electronic means to gather information against people's...
You're good at that.
Yeah, he knows a lot about that, eh? You know a lot about that, ain't it? Huh, bro? Yeah. Yeah. You know a lot about that, eh? Yeah, all of a sudden, you know it's illegal. All of a sudden, you know it is illegal to capture people's conversations and so. But the other day, they put out fake information. The NDC itself was pushing it. The National Democratic Congress as an organization were pushing it. When a convicted criminal in the United States was putting out information and claiming, although it was false, claiming that that information was from a private conversation between Dr. Mitchell and one of his staff members, you all put it out. That wasn't private information if it was real. It's not real. It wasn't real. But you all were the ones that were circulating that sort of thing. You, as the NDC, as a political organization, were the ones circulating that information and trying to give the impression that it was truthful. You didn't know at that point in time about private conversations. You know the problem that you all have? The problem that you all have is within your own camp. There are several people who are more patriotic than others, and they refuse to allow themselves to be used by you all to do this sort of unconstitutional and illegal thing. That's the problem that you all have. We don't have that problem because we're not going to do anything unconstitutional. So you don't have to guard against it from the NNP. We are not the ones making statements. Oh, you all want another one? Let's see the numbers. Let me see if we have the correct numbers first before we go to that. Eh? Yeah, let me check and see if we have enough people, we go with it one time. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we could bust that one, and then we go bust it again a little later on, right? Yeah, we are not the ones that are saying things like this. Let me see. Yeah.
Scampishness is not always a bad thing. But scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. Like, and scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning, right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, You can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself, or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside these jobs, because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else, right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people, and whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on. That's the kind of thing that you as the NDC are training your people to do, to be scampish and ratchet in the polling stations. Yeah? That's the sort of thing that a political organization that says that it would abide by the Constitution, that's calling on the new National Party to sign all sort of document and say, oh, you wouldn't do this and you wouldn't do that. While you're doing that, in the dark of the night, you're training your people to be scampish and telling them there's nothing wrong with being scampish and being ratchet. So you need some ratchet and scampish people. Yeah?
To cause chaos. You know?
Oh, so all you feel I didn't have more? I didn't think that was all I had? No, we've got more.
I mean, we've been telling you for the longest while, this organization has become a devious organization. They are desperate to get into office. So they will do anything by any means necessary. They will malign, they will do what it takes to get there. I mean, listen to it. They are training their people to sabotage the March 13th election. Right? They are training their people to delay the votes on election day, to create chaos in the lines and in the polling booths. This is what they are planning. It's not I say, they are saying that. I mean...
And Vincent Roberts comes onto national television and radio this morning and lies to the face of Brenda Batiste by saying that they were training their people how to guard against it. You were training the people to guard against it by being scampish and ratchet. Every Grenadian understands what's the meaning of the word scampish. Nobody had to come from Jamaica or the US, whichever one they want to say they're from. Nobody had to come to Grenada to try and explain to us the meaning of the word scampish. We know what's the meaning of the word scampish.
But how come they never deny what we played yesterday? They're trying to make excuses.
No,
but they can't deny it.
They have tried to deny it. Yeah, they have.
But it is amazing. And you see, you have to be clear. The Grenadian people are seeing right through them. They had an opportunity in 2008, 2013, right, to do something for Grenada. But instead, what they do, they bred a hatred among the Grenadian people. They divided Grenada even more than anything else. Can't we afford to return back to those dark days? 2008 to 2013, right? When he had victimization and all sorts of things of the citizens of this country. They talk about victimization. That is when there was victimization, 2008 to 2013.
But I can understand. Only trying to give us the impression, because you only heard a bit of our play yesterday, you probably thought that was all I had. You didn't realize that me and Devon does operate on a kind of different level. Yeah? No. We don't have to send any spy. I could confirm for you, Mr. Vincent Roberts, that nobody sent any spy. What you have to do is, Captain, check your own crew.
Yep.
That is all I have to say to you. Captain. Check your own crew. Because one of your crew ain't like how the ship sailing.
At all.
And actually it's more than one. But at least one of your crew.
At least one.
Ain't like how your ship sailing.
A
Captain,
one
check
too.
your crew. Because I can assure you that it came from one of your own people.
Right in the belly of you.
One of your own people.
So
yeah?
So you see, when you think that...
I didn't come from no NNPI.
Yeah, when you think that you planning to disrupt and to do all sorts of things to the Grenadian people, the eyes are watching you.
So that is the kind of thing you want on election day. Yeah. So me, take my good self, or let's say Miss Jacob, take she good self, elderly Miss Jacob, and she goes to vote on election day. And when she gets to the polling station, you want to have scampish and ratchet behaving people in the polling station. Yeah? Let's play it again. Yeah, let's roll that beautiful bean footage once again.
Scampishness is not always a bad thing. But scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. Like, and scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning, right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself. Or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside each job. Because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else. Right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people. And whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yeah, you heard it. They need to be very what? Very... Let's play that last piece again.
And whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that they encouraging in politics in Grenada.
Very ghetto and very ratchet.
Devon 1031, we're going to go to the phone lines.
Yeah, we open the phone lines.
Yeah, let's open the phone lines. Go right ahead.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live, caller. Go right ahead.
I hear you.
Because you're not listening to the phone.
Huh?
Okay, I think you have probably the wrong number, probably. Yeah, when you call, just talk to us on the phone. Ignore the radio. Yes. Don't listen to the radio. Speak to us on the phone line. Might be the first time that you're calling a radio program. We know that what is being put forward by the NDC is very shocking. And we know that it definitely would be troublesome to a lot of you. Yeah? You know? So we're going to say... Oh, boy. I don't know about that one now, boss. Yeah. What I can say is this. A lot of you, we know that you all are shocked and you all are appalled that any political organization would be planning that sort of thing for election day. We would think that all political organizations would do as the New National Party and want to see a free and fair poll, yeah, operated in the most decent of manners, where everybody goes and has the opportunity to cast a ballot without anybody trying to slow them down, without anybody trying to discourage them, without anybody trying to make them not cast a ballot on the day for the party of their choice. We would think that that's what we would want.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Is Sheldon around?
Yes, you're talking. Go right ahead.
Right. They could do what they want. They won't get you. They could do what they want. They could do what they want. They won't get you. No, you see what they afraid. They afraid Peter David. So that's why they saying all them kind of thing. Because I watch him on the television a while ago and saying all set of stupid thing in front of Bernard. But and he don't watch it now. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay, then all the best.
All right,
good
my dear.
day. Happy Independence.
Yeah. Well, I say same to you, man. Watch. Yeah, I think we have another caller online. Source of the material is irrelevant. Yes. Whether what is being said is truthful is another story. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, morning.
Hi, morning.
Brother Sheldon, morning.
Morning, my dear.
Could I just divert, not for the politics, but it's just an observation for this morning, please?
I don't really want to...
Well, is in the country, as a matter of fact.
I don't really want to divert on us, but
Okay.
go right ahead.
Is an observation with the Monge institution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you pass there, you gone up there, and it's like the institution, they're on an island for itself. Brother Sheldon, so many trees on both sides. And I know in the early days they used to trim the trees, so if the patient run away, you could see them. But now the place is so dark, you know, in and out. The place want a little painting, the place is so dark. And then come back again, you have the garage, a patient could hide in a vehicle, you know, and attack the workers. So it's just something, observation and something that could be looked into. Maybe after the elections, see what the minister or the ministry as a whole can do about it. Pay a little more attention to Mongi.
Okay, so you're worried about the security aspect of things, lighting
Security,
and so on.
yes, and
Okay.
you know it's not conducive. It's like a little island. It's like a place on an island for itself. You know, if something could be done about, you know, just the ambience. You know.
Okay.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
Thank you very much, caller.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. 4407377 Devon.
347-329-3101.
Yeah, let's see. Let's make sure the phone thing there. Nice.
And just a reminder, we come in live, 91.9.
Yeah, 91.5. More than 100, Donald.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 97.5.
Yeah, and 89.5.
Right. In Karakou, 92.9 FM. Sister, good morning, Lisa Marie. I hope we're broadcasting in Karakou today because yesterday they had some internet connectivity problems on the Karakou end, and the program was not broadcast in Karakou yesterday. No?
Wow. Oh, my
yeah, so Karakou people didn't hear what being planned.
They missed out.
And note, as reported by the chairman of the NDC today, that training, that stuff that you're hearing there, was repeated throughout the island. Yeah, in all the constituencies. So that is training that took place throughout the constituencies where they were telling the people in the polling stations, the indoor agents on behalf of the NDC, to be scampish and ratchet on election day.
Boy,
yeah? Be scampish and ratchet. And Victor, no book, the next one.
How far are they prepared to go?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, why is it necessary? If you're so sure that you're winning, because you're out there saying you're winning, you ain't out there saying you're losing, you're out there saying you're winning. If you're so sure you're out there and you're winning, why are you trying to deny people the right to vote on election day? Why are you trying to block people from casting their ballot on election day? Yeah? Why do that?
And you see, what is really digging at you guys? Grenada is moving, right? We've seen the economy jumped again in 2017, and it's going to go higher in 2018. You have seen more development in health for our country, right? You have seen the social structure of our country being taken care of. You have seen more investment in the hotel industry. Tourism is on a boom. You are seeing all of that, and you're scared.
Yeah, the wonder in which point they're gonna attack. We have a call.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, brother.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Not
well, are they?
Well, they bring down the mercenaries, but that won't stop us. The Prime Minister has called her he said that he remind she reminded him of his mother. He also styled her as his little sister. He also called her he said that she's a model politician. Mr. Scott, I am proud to announce to the people of the Northwest constituency and the neighboring constituencies that the Honorable Delma Thomas would be launching her campaign on the 8th of February at Cajona's Junction, 7 o'clock sharp. We will be graced with the presence of Brother Peter David and others. The neighboring caretakers would also be there. You understand? So we have a whole host of activities for that evening. We inviting one and all to come up and give us some support. Give Miss Thomas all the support that is necessary. Have a good day, my brother.
All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Hey, and to let those of you in St. David know that the Honorable Oliver Joseph and his team, Team New National Party, they'll be in Corinth by Power Shop this afternoon. Yeah, I'm trying to get a time. I believe it's from about 6. So they'll be in Corinth by Power Shop this afternoon. Other constituencies, you can call and give us your information. I prefer you email it so we know. Yeah? So we know. All right? No, Miguel, that is not the bishop guy. That is Victor. That is their consultant who has been going around. Somebody just messaged me and asked me. No, that is their consultant, the NDC consultant that's going around and telling them to be scampish and ratchet in the various polling stations. It is of serious concern.
Very
It is of serious concern. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
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 Yes, hello, good day.
Calling program?
Yes, your live caller. Go right ahead.
Sheldon, good morning.
Morning.
I think the reason why the NDC, everything they do, they cannot succeed is because they do not have God in the midst. Because these are the people who do not want the name of God. You remember when the NNP in Parliament had used the name of God, they stood up and object of listening the name of God used in Parliament. And it's surprising today, I hear on the platform that they are asking the godly people, do not vote for the NNP, vote for the NDC. It's very laughable because when you have the power, you do not want God in your midst. But now you're out of power, you're calling the godly people, do not vote for the NNP, vote for the NDC. Another issue is, when the Grenadian people, or the citizens which they had sent to Mexico, and they had the swine flu, and the Grenadian people who was asking for help, they was calling out to the government because nobody couldn't go anywhere, nobody couldn't shop. The NDC said to them, in the first place, we did not send you there. So when people do not care for its people, how could the youth follow the NDC and how could they support them? So this is the biggest problem. They dig a hole for themselves and they have to stay in the hole. So I think the youth, they will be going all out to vote for the NNP. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, caller.
Have a wonderful day.
440-7377. That's a 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Yeah, imagine Vincent Roberts speaking about people accessing people information.
Vincent talking about that?
You know.
Oh my God.
I ain't saying much, but Vincent, you know, yeah.
The Wizard of Arts.
Let me leave it there. Vincent, you know. All I said is Vincent that he wants
Morning.
Morning, my dear.
Yeah, well, I want to make a little contribution.
All right, my dear. Go
Well,
right
to tell you the truth, the Grenadian people already made up their mind. NDC can't stop nothing. So don't call the name. What are you calling him? I'm making the feel it in something. So don't even call the name. You hear?
All right, Miller.
Yeah, don't call the name.
But you wait.
Because right now they say they don't bribe it, but they promising people pipe, you know. Who don't have pipe, they tell them they will give them pipe. When they will get the money to give them pipe.
The same people that take the old people water promising people
I will
pipe.
tell you to story them. What are you calling the name? They making you feel the damn thing. You know?
But you have to
so
expose
just
them.
Story them.
You have to expose
we make
them.
up with mine already.
All right, for there.
Yeah. Later.
Yeah, and if they think that I don't have a lot more, Devon, we have a lot more.
They are scared.
Yeah. Don't tremble, don't get frightened, don't get uncomfortable.
They are scared when they see so many young people getting involved, right, in the new Imani program and making a way for themselves. They are so scared when they see this government led by Dr. Mitchell is paying great attention to our elderly citizens. They are scared, Sheldon, when they realize that more teachers are being regularized, our public workers are being taken care of. They are scared, Sheldon, because we are talking pension. You see? Things that they couldn't do.
Yeah,
they're scared.
But imagine, they're promising people water. The same people that cut off all them elderly people water, so them old people and them cry tears on them. They come in and give pipe. Don't give pipe, no water. Yeah.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, my friend.
Hello.
Yes, you're live caller. Go right ahead.
Good morning, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm great.
Hey,
hold on. It's not me alone here, you know. Yeah, actually, I know we doing. What about Devon?
Oh, boy. Sorry, my apologies.
All right, brother.
Can you explain, maybe in a couple of seconds, what's the role of civil society?
You might know better than me, no?
Because the person in charge of civil society, I'm a bit disappointed. You know, basically they are just pointing fingers and saying some things which is not right regarding the current government. If you are a balanced person, then you're not supposed to be saying what you're saying. And if you have a valid contribution to make, right? I think you should come to the forefront and make your contribution for your country. You don't have to be. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm seeing that she has a lot to offer the Grenadian people. So just come out to the forefront and make a contribution. I mean, yesterday she mentioned that the person in the college, one of the students, don't know who is the name of the current government general. I mean, how can you blame the government for that? No, that's what I'm saying. And keep going on, and I watched some of the interviews, but it doesn't make any sense to me in the sense that you keep pointing, fingers at the current government and saying good things about the so-called opposition. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm repeating myself, if you have a good contribution to make for your country and I love your people, come forward and do so. And stop staying and talking, because by talking it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah?
Yeah, all right, my brother.
All right.
Thank you.
Good morning.
And the thing is this, I'm really wondering how. I mean, Vince is all of us partner. Vince is all our inside your partner.
I'm
Vince.
confused. I'm really confused.
Vince is we partner, but Vince, you get caught red-handed. Caught. Or you get caught red-handed.
Hand in the cookie jar.
Plotting how to disrupt the polling on election day. In your favor.
I find putting it mildly, sabotage will be my word. They are capable of doing that. Sabotage.
Well, let's see what I like them on.
Don't you understand? You can't put nothing past these guys. They have proven it in the past.
Let's go to the phone line again.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing, Sheldon?
Hey, I'm great.
I'm calling from Shantibel in St. Patrick.
Oh, you're calling from a lovely area. I love Shantibel.
Because I'm calling to remind the people that NDC don't vote white. Mr. Andal wants to contest Mr. Anthony Bosco, but he lose already. He's talking about he win and this is Andal's territory. You fighting for Shantiman and you're going to register in Davie. So when he lose, he's running again. You ever hear he vote for when he run for MBPM? He leave Chantimel the next day and he go and never come back. But now he's coming back and ask the people to vote for him. The people must remember, 2008 was the hottest sun Grenadian feeling. They burn for food, they burn for money and everything. When 2013 come, the NNP party come back, especially Mr. Boston St. Patrick West. And it is so much for St. Patrick West people. The NDC take out 3 people, needy people, water in Chantimel. They take out 11 pensioners, and it's needy people. It's when Mr. Boston, 2013, he fight and he put them back. And NDC never do nothing for Chantimel, especially Mr. Andel was fighting for vote. He never sent a child or help a child to go to school, not a school bag, not a pencil, nothing, not even $1 in the hand to pay for a lunch in the school. Mr. Boston, every month, Mr. Boston make it his duty. And if every needy child, the parents go and collect the money, who to pay transportation for school, he have people right now, 11 of them, going scholarship, go who they in Cuba, who they in China, from Chantimel again. Look at the road we're passing. He jump in mud. I'm going to ask the people for a vote in front of the door. They stay mud, you know. We pass it fast in front, we're behind. When we see the condition, right away the next day, we call for stuff and we basic. Little children are passing there, you know, and you're jumping in front of people, though, and you're asking them for a vote. I know Chantimel people is not stupid. He said that's how we stupid to vote for Boston. But I want to tell Chantimel people, remember what he said. He don't mean well for Chantimel and on the whole St. Patrick Way. And it will take a long time to win, not this time, because we don't give him no chance to come. We block all the corners. So it's that his feeling. He puts flag all over, but this is not the vote. And so the wind come in and throw down all, because the wind say, the wind that blowing now, say you cannot be up there. You have to come down. The Senate people have put it down. Nobody touch it. A whirlwind come and it throw down all. That to tell you cannot be in this position. Chantimel people is not stupid. They understand we was living in poverty before. We didn't have no road. Mr. Anthony Boston come 1999. And he make road for behind Duquesne people. Monjalo people. When people sit down in the kitchen, relax, we jogging iron on we head whole Sunday, every Sunday. We jogging that iron. Every Saturday, everybody with the peck, the spade, the fork, the bucket, the barrow, and we're making road. You think can you turn away with somebody like that? We can't. Because although we have to do more, but very little. Look at we put road in Fetlin, Shoma, Pig Street, Monjalo, behind Duquesne. Now we're going down in Charlie. All about is road and water. Water pipe they all on cocoa tree. It's who I don't want water. They don't want to go on because that is them. But he tried his very best and he's still trying. Nobody. Only if he resigns, somebody will come and take his place. But I know Chantimel people, he said they're stupid, but they're not. They're going to show him election come where they're not stupid. And after he accustomed running after the election, he go run and never come back because that will be the last of him. We're ready for him and we're going for him and we have to get him. So no way, because Chantimel people is not backing down. He's going all this, the plaster in all, but when you look at it now, Chantimel people don't want to put up flag and banner. Everybody asking for a poster to put inside the house. If you go behind the cage, Monjalo, Center Chantimel, you see poster in everybody house, they ask for it. That means don't come. People turning him away. He's fighting, give me a vote, give me a vote, give me a vote, give me a personal vote. If don't vote for Nazimbok, vote for me. Me, just underly voting for. But then you in a party, why you want to put down your leader? You're supposed to present your leader. I wouldn't tell people, give me a vote, I would say, give me some Boston a vote. But he's fighting to be in position for himself. Them guys and them, I hope people remember the days. Remember 2008 was a hard 4 years and a half we go through. All the money sit down in the house. Look now, the Montana, look at people, go around and look at them. When they come out in the bank, if the children laugh, we tell a kid, money nice. So when they go and vote for them, they must remember they're going back home and sit down again. I see you have a little money by me. When they're talking about the money, doing enough. This child go under the money about 3 years now. And then if you see a nice home they prepare, she has to. She take out fridge, she take out stove, she repair she mother house, and that is same money. When done, they say the money don't have use. You don't know. Enough. It's how you spend it. And you have to plan how to spend it. And I see that they plan to spend and spend. Now she going in and she buy little blocks now. She going to put toilet and bathroom for she mother. And that is same money. So I don't know what is the reason why these people them trying to make them children so stupid turn around their head and they wouldn't do nothing for them. But right now I think everybody lands some in Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
Know where they could come. And they know they can come in.
Yes, indeed.
All right, my dear.
All right, my love. I could have listened to you for the whole day and I feel I had to bring you in studio.
You have to bring me in.
I feel I got to bring you in studio, Adi. Wait and see.
Because I have enough to say. Because I see enough happen.
All right, my love.
Okay, bye-bye.
You generous
All
say
right,
it.
take care.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Ta, good morning. Hey, Auntie Ruth, good morning to you as well. Miss Mary, my girlfriend, good morning to you. Nice. All right.
Kane Row and all the other people from Shanty Mel in Victoria, right? And so in Budge Grove, all of you, good morning to all our elderly citizens right around the nation. Pleasant good morning to you.
Yes, and indeed, yes, folks, remember we are also live in Brooklyn, 94.9, with a special glorious Grenadian good morning to you. Yeah? Let me see, Patricia is saying this tape, which was leaked, should be a national concern to our nation. It's clearly showing the true colors of a party that's in desperation, which will go to any lengths to get into power. Our security forces should be on full alert. That's what Patsy is saying. Let me see who else is there. The man was mad this morning. How come NNP could put that out to the public? Look, shame on NDC. Listen, if it's something like that we know is, of national importance and that kind of thing, it's not to say a personal thing between two people. It is an open forum where you sat and you had a conversation of how you're going and mess up everybody else's election there.
You're training your cadres. It was a training session, preparing the troops to go to battle.
Yeah.
Right? But how do you want them to fight against their own brothers and sisters in that way? Come on. So you see the desperation with NDC telling you that they're putting people first, but it really is last they're putting people.
Well, look at this. They're saying Grenadian politics is saying, that certain name I don't call. Say the audio you played yesterday exposing the NDC plan was fake. But NDC Vincent Roberts just admits it's real. Who is the fake now?
Who is the fake?
Yeah, well, they're saying that what I've played is fake.
Yeah, they're contradicting each other.
Don't worry. At 11 in the next 4 minutes, we're going to show you what is fake. Yeah, we're going to play our third part.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Okay, that person, they hang up just as they get through. Yeah. So 4407377 and overseas
347-329-3101.
Yeah.
They are scared.
Yeah, they're trying all sorts of things. Abigail say consultant on how to mash up their party. Even a 5-year-old child wouldn't advise such rubbish. Well, my dear, that is the advice that the NDC has received, and that is how they intend to operate on election day. So we are saying it for not only NNP supporters, but for also the thousands of people who do not say they are NNP or NDC and decide that they would cast their ballot on election day. We are putting it out so that all of these people, every last one of them, know what to expect from NDC agents in the polling stations on election day. Scampish and ratchet behavior.
We have to pay attention to them.
Scampish and ratchet behavior. We play it again? Play the last one again? Yeah, let's play the last one.
Scampishness is not always a bad thing. But scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. And scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning. Right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself, or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside each job, because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else. Right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people, and whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yes, indeed. We have a caller online. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Okay, it doesn't seem. I think that caller has a problem with their phone line, it seems, because there's a very bad hum on that phone line. So, caller, I think either if it's your mobile or your landline, whatever you call from, you need to have that phone line checked out. Yeah? Either your mobile or whatever it is, you need to have it checked out. Yeah. So, hey, it's 11 o'clock. We say we're going to play our next one at 11?
Yeah, we have another...
yeah, I think...
another voice?
You want to take a call first and then play the next one?
Yeah, let me take one call
Let's take a call first and then play the next one. It might, Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, gentlemen, I also this morning was, although I tuned in about 15 minutes a little late, but I thought it was a very... it was the attempt to kind of downplay the magnitude of the negativity being heard coming across in that tape, and there's a subtle attempt to cast blame, to insinuate spying on the part of the political opponent, and I think that ought to be addressed, because indeed, as you have stated this morning, indeed, it may very well be persons of conscionable individuals of that organization who are very uncomfortable with the line of march that is proposed. You understand? I think the evidence is clear. It's there to be seen that this actually statesmen dictating how they intend to deal with the campaign and actually the actual voting day itself. I mean, it's indefensible. It's indefensible, so I thought I'll get it across. Secondly, I even hear to insinuate that it is now okay to go into an independence celebration, to me speaks to the arrogance of these people. Now, because there's an election in the air, you have encouraged people to stay away from them celebrating the independence of this country. A paramount event, unquestionably so. a moment when every Grenadian ought to be proud of him and themselves and stand together at one at all times. At all times, they saying it is now okay. That again to me was that insulting to my ears. And gentlemen, that organization seems to not to understand the difference between a national event and a political rally. I understand they are asking for the spokesperson to say something at the independence rally as a demonstration of unity, a disfiguration once more, a distortion. That does not signify unity. This country has one government, one ruler. There's one organization, administration, ruling this country, not two or three. And why you and not some other political individual? But in any case, a national event is a national event. And you, in a demonstration of unity, ought to be able to make yourself available, present yourself, and demonstrate, even in your current position, your genuine patriotism and nationalism. So insulting, man. I do. These people should be aware that they are conscious. The vast majority of the people are very conscious of what is taking place in our country. You hear, and I thought it's very interesting. You made the quotation you brought of that radio host that made particular reference to the father of independence. You know, I thought it's significant that you indeed indicate to persons how indeed these people feel, even to this day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
And remember,
very significant.
That was not an independent person speaking on an independent
At all.
program. It
At
was
all.
the NDC, National Democratic Congress of Grenada, their program and their spokesperson.
Right from
So
the
the
engine
views-
room. Right from the engine room.
That's the
And-
deputy chairperson and women's arm president, because they kind of have a lack of talent, so they had to use one person for two
And
positions.
the tape which you have played yesterday, people must understand that is the executive. You hear names calling the executive
my brother.
positions of personnel of that organization.
No, you want to hear executive members? Caller? We're going to talk next day. I'm going and play something.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Just
All right.
listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Executive member. Okay.
When Peter was in NDC, what was the position that he had?
He was the general secretary.
General secretary. Okay.
So let's play this one, and then we're going to take your calls again.
I don't know if you will allow me, because I think the point you make is an extremely important point. Now, what I discover about us over the years as the NDC, often the problem is not lack of information or knowledge or what has to be done, but the act. We don't have a few tricks of our own, and we're not able to detect if the enemy is playing fall with us. So the part Victor made about learning to slow down in a polling division box where the enemy is winning. In other words, he called for an Indo agent who just doesn't understand just the pure law and everything, but somebody who is empowered and that feel strong enough that they understand what's going on and they could come up with something of their own and say, but we can't allow that to happen. So nobody can prevent you from questioning a name and slowing down the process. Is that proper? It is.
Yeah, is that proper? He said it is proper to do that. You know? That is Glenn Noel.
Glenn Noel, General Secretary of NDC.
Yeah, Glenn, how you doing? No,
Good
the
morning to you,
goosebumps
boy.
on your hand? Yeah, that.
Good morning to you, sir.
We understand how you feel, bro. Yeah, that's actually Glenn Noel. He's
Glenn
what?
Noel.
The General Secretary?
General Secretary of the party.
Yeah, he's the General Secretary of the NDC.
The man that in charge of the engine room of the party.
Well, let's say it's fake thing.
It's fake. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I recognize Glenn voice.
Well, what Vincent said this morning, that they was teaching the people how to guard against it. That's not what Glenn was saying. You, Mr. Chairman, and you, Mr. General Secretary, are giving two different stories.
Get your stories straight.
Yeah, get the story straight before you come to the people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, caller, we're hearing you.
Hello.
Oh boy, caller, I think you need to use a different phone. Yeah, because I'm sure you're the same person that called a while ago because I'm hearing the same static hum on your line. So you need to check your phone. Yeah, we have a call.
Hello.
Good morning.
You hearing me clearly?
I'm hearing you clearly, yes. Go right
All
ahead.
right, good. I drive in, so I have to pack up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, NDC get itself caught with the pants down. And I have been trying to defend. I don't have to roll my eyes and shake my head. Remember, it's the same Vincent that spoke about the Russians involved in the election in Grenada in 2013, and he was sued.
Yeah, well, we know the line coming up.
I hope nobody believe anything that Vincent says. You understand? But it's unfortunate that the NDC had to get themselves in that position. Is highly unfortunate. The fact that some of the candidates meeting me and telling me they're winning 12 seats. You could win 12 seats with this thing you're trying to do. I mean, I believe, Sheldon, that all people are so vigilant. After hearing that tape, I think that their awareness rise even more now to look for any irregularities when it comes to polling day. You understand? And I feel sorry for them. I just feel, like Mr. Rush say, it's sad. It's sad. Them men don't have money. They don't have support. So they want to create, they want to come through the back door.
But for Vincent to come this morning and apologize, instead of him apologize and say, listen, that was what we was planning before or something, and we ain't doing that again. Or get some kind of excuse that reasonable or truthful. But instead of that, he looks at Brenda Batiste and lies to her face.
He lies.
And tells her that is not the intent. The intent was to guard against that because the NNP would be, in other words, the NNP planning to do that and they're teaching the people to guard against it. That's not what you just heard Glenn Noel saying.
Glenn Noel supporting the man. As a matter of fact, in terms of calling the OAS and who to come and observe election here, I think the government did the right thing, to come and observe the opposition, the opposing team, because this government and this party, I'm sure, would not do anything to disrupt the fair process. So I think the Prime Minister was right to call, to let them know 2 months ago that they need to be here. So first time in the history of elections, you find the OS coming to look at not what the government in office doing, party in office, but what the opposition will be doing.
But let's be fair. The Prime Minister also stated, not only did he ask the OAS to come here, usually the OAS goes to every region. Every one of within the Organization of American States, they go when they have elections, they go a day before or so, and they monitor the voting on the day, and then they leave right after. Prime Minister Mitchell has gone beyond that. He has asked them to come in a full couple weeks early, 2 or 3 weeks earlier, and monitor everything coming up to election day. So don't just reach on election day and try to gain understanding of what's taking place on election day. But come in earlier. You've never heard a single country in the Caribbean. I am involved in politics for quite a while. And I have not heard any other country say to the OAS, try and come in a few weeks before. He said to the OAS, come in a few weeks before, not just on election day.
That's right.
And monitor what's going on in Grenada because he has nothing to fear.
That's right.
He's above board. And outside of that, he ain't only call the OAS, he asked CARICOM, the OECS, and other organizations to send observers because the NNP has nothing to hide.
Cut. But he want them to be on island to witness the beating that the NMP go get in this. No, seriously, he want all of them, he invite them, because we're so confident that when all of them come to witness the beating like a child that the NMP go give the NDC. And that's what the friend is. Right now, the belly boiling. A matter of fact, when I hear you tape yesterday, the man was being very frank with them. You know, the man tell them it will be very difficult for them, even impossible for them to win the next election. You understand? So in one part, he say, I'll be very frank that it's a hard election for them. You know, and so he speak about this unity in the party and the disorganization and so on. So when they're telling people here they go win this election, that's laughable. I just love that. Let them stay where they is. As a matter of fact, they're in the right position. Bullseye. We're giving them. Guy, Devon, I ain't call you the name, boy. What go on? You quiet?
Yeah, I did. I listening.
Yeah?
I listen to them.
Right now we're going Victoria. We're going to cook pot oil long independent oil long competition.
Fish in it.
So we organizing.
I find all cooking oil long, but everybody cooking oil long with pork and chicken and all. What the fish and lamb and them kind of thing? What?
But you could put what you want. You could put what you want. Put fish. A man tell me making along with fish.
You see, you are real Victorian, you know.
Yeah, you say cooking along with fish. So, we up, guys. But let me tell you something. We're not scared. They had to be very scared. As a matter of fact, they had to be very afraid.
Yes.
And that's where we are them now.
Yes,
we'll keep in touch.
All right, my brother.
Boss, take care.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
And they keep worrying. And why people keep messaging? Listen, within their own organization, there are people who are Grenadian patriots. And they will not be part of any scampish and ratchet behavior. Is decent people.
Clandestine movements and betrayal and sabotage. Grenadians don't want to be part of that.
We have always said that there are decent people within the National Democratic Congress. When we speak and we say certain things, we often, Devon does it, I do it, other members do it. We speak to the executive of the NDC.
Oh, yes.
But when it comes to the rank and file, you have many very decent people
lots
within that organization that refuse to be part of any ratchet and scampish behavior. Yeah? But you have people like Glenn Noel saying be ratchet and scamp. In fact, watch.
It's okay.
Some people find, watch, you know what I'm going to do? Let me play a full section of the thing. Let me play the full section instead of just playing Glenn and just playing Victor. Let's play a full section of the thing. Yeah? Nice? We're going to play it starting now.
I don't know if you will allow me because I think the point you make is an extremely important point. Now, what I discover about us over the years as NDC, often the problem is not lack of information or knowledge or what has to be done, but the act. We do have a few tricks of our own, and we're not able to detect if the enemy is playing fall with us. So the part Victor made about learning to slow down in a polling division box where the enemy is winning. In other words, he called for an Indo agent who just doesn't understand just the pure law and everything, but somebody who is empowered and feels strong enough that they understand what's going on and they could come up with something of their own and say, but we can't allow that to happen. So nobody can prevent you from questioning a name and slowing down the process. Is that proper? It is. Scampishness is not always a bad thing. But it comes scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. Like, and scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning, right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself, or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside each job, because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else, right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people, and whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yes, indeed, folks. Listen, it's not us, it's not Devon, and it's not Sheldon saying this. It's not us that's saying that. Yeah? We are not the ones. This is the General Secretary. You heard the voice of the General Secretary of the NDC. The General Secretary of the NDC speaking to their indoor agents, telling them to slow down the process on election day. What they thought was only the voice of Victor we had? No.
We had Glenn too.
And don't think I don't have others.
A lot others. So all of you who know you were in that meeting, be careful. You be shaking your boots right now.
Not everybody shaking in the boots, you know. But what I'm saying is this. We know that this is the sort of thing that they had to come with. And the reason you know that is because what will the NDC campaign on? They cannot campaign on the economy. The economy was met in shambles. Yeah, you had to find $18 million more per month. $18 million more each month than the government of Grenada was making in order to meet your budgetary requirements like wages and salary, wages, pensions, and other payments, and so that you had to do for government to operate on a monthly basis. That's what the new National Party met in February of 2013 on coming into office. We've got it down to what? It's about even right now. It's about even right now. So you're making just about as much as you're spending right now. And you're going to get it down below so that you have a little extra something. Yeah? Instead of doing a budget which busted within 6 months, the new National Party has been doing realistic budgets that have been showing surpluses in various areas. Yeah? And some people from the time they hear surplus, they say, okay, only making extra money, well, spend extra money here, spend it. No. You're coming out of a situation where your economy was in the doldrums, where you had negative growth, where your country, Grenadians, was borrowing money from St. Vincent to pay public workers, where the salaries of the policemen who are listening right now, and the nurses who are listening right now, and the teachers who thief a little chance in the classroom and listening right now are going to listen tonight when the program is rebroadcast, and the public servants who have down at the ministerial complex their Colours Day and ceremonies and so on taking place for Independence Day, where all of you were being paid late, and they're trying to convince you that that's a figment of your imagination, gaslighting you. Oh, that didn't happen. But you know you were paid late.
Not one time, not 2 times.
And that it affected several of them because when the payment got to the bank or the credit union or the other lending agency late, you incurred interest. Late fees. You know that is a fact. You know, Wayline. That's a fact. It happened in this Grenada. The first thing that Dr. Mitchell made sure, we came into office on February 19th. Public workers received their salary on time February 2013. And since then, every single month.
I remember February is the shortest month of the year.
Yeah.
And so you only had about 7 days.
Well, February 19th. Usually your documents have to be in by the 15th in order to pay public workers and so.
So you had about, what, 6-7 days and you got it done.
But you met a situation where even that wasn't done. So you had to rush to do all these things to make sure that public workers could have received their salary. Imagine, our country had fallen so far down the hillside that the issue of paying workers on time was a national issue. That's how far we had fallen. And that's how far we have come from. Paying public workers on time. That's where Grenada was. You don't hear them kind of problem. In fact, people right now have gotten to the point, and I could never be upset with the civil servants because of that. That by the 27th of the month, they expect to see the salary day.
Of course.
Don't tell them nothing about the 28th, 29th, or the 30th.
No.
They want to hear that. By the 27th,
26th,
in fact, it had a couple times they get it on the 25th because the 25th fell on the Friday. So they were lucky enough they get the salary on the 25th and all. So that it has come from there to know. So what NDC going to say? NNP ain't paying public workers on time? The NNP was not the government. The Minister of Finance was not Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, was not the Minister of Finance that was taking all of the NIS payments from the public workers and not paying it to the NIS. It's not the Ministry of Finance under Dr. Mitchell that was doing that. It's the Ministry of Finance under Nazim Burke.
Yeah, the bald man who can die here.
Yeah, he can die here. Okay, you don't have. If he had, he would have died. Yeah. But don't blame Dr. Mitchell for that. This is where Grenada was. That the public servants who are listening right now, the policemen and the nurses, who have that little safety net to the back of them, of the NIS, that their monies were being collected out of their salaries and not paid. It took the new National Party to come in and pay off all of the money that was collected by the NDC administration and never paid into the NIS. And at the same time they was doing that to the NIS, denying the NIS funds that legally, if a little guy that have a little painting firm or a little plumber decide that he ain't doing that, you know, it's legal trouble. But under the NDC, yeah, they was high and in charge, shut down Parliament for 6 months, yeah, so no business could have take place, no questions like that could have been asked, no documents could have been reviewed, shut down Parliament for 6 months, and then come and not pay. There was high in charge. That's how they thought of you, the Grenadian people. And this is how they think of you, the Grenadian people. Imagine these people are saying, get scampish and ratchet people.
Right, yeah. Imagine that. I mean, it's only organizations like ISIS and these organizations and so that has pull people together and train people how to sabotage. And I make no bones about that, because that's what they're planning, to sabotage the election on March 13th.
Well, let's hear what Vincent Roberts had to say this morning on the To The Point program.
Yes, GBN.
Yeah, let's hear what he had to say, because we have been saying since yesterday, we've been saying that the intent of the NDC is to slow down the process at the polling stations, at the various boxes. So if they know that, for instance, they come into town and they see that Peter David will win in Church Street, they're going to slow down the process in Church Street to frustrate everybody so that people would not vote. They go leave and go.
Yeah,
all right? So that is the plan. Yeah? So we will come to Depot just now. Let's hear Vincent Roberts this morning. Mr. Vincent Roberts, don't lie for people.
People know that you guys come on Tuesdays.
Yes.
So someone sent me a message earlier today, and they told me to, whoever's coming from the NDC, ask them about because I didn't hear it. I was tied up with other things yesterday, so I didn't follow news as much as I do. To ask them about the meeting, this plan to disrupt the election process.
No, that wasn't what was said.
In this recording that was aired.
No, that was not what was the contents.
Mm-hmm.
It was a training session for our indoor and outdoor agents, and telling them what to expect. Right. You know, you can expect this is how you deal with it. You know, and so on.
Lie. Lie.
Oh my God, Ponytail, you're good. You're
good. On that one.
You're good.
Let me hear Glenn.
I don't know if you will allow me, because I think the point you make is an extremely important point. Now, what I discover about us over the years as NBC, often the problem is not lack of information and knowledge of what has to be done. But the act, we don't have a few tricks of our own, and we're not able to detect if the enemy is playing fall with us. So the part Victor made about learning to slow down in a polling division box where the enemy is winning. In other words, he called for an Indo agent who just doesn't understand just the pure law and everything, but somebody who is empowered and feels strong enough that they understand what's going on and they could come up with something of their own and say, but we can't allow that to happen. So nobody can prevent you from questioning a name and slowing down the process. Is that proper? It is.
Wow.
Yeah, that is proper. Yeah, you,
proper.
Glenn Noel. That is proper. To slow down the process so that I would not cast my ballot.
Imagine a former minister, information minister, saying that.
There's a reason he's former because of things like that.
Yes. Good
morning. That's the reason he's a former minister, and he'll always remain a former minister.
My God. Wow.
Grenadians, are you going to accept that, though? Are you going to accept that from the National Democratic Congress? Are you going to accept that they are going to attempt to deny you the opportunity to cast your ballot on election day? That they have been training their people to be scampish and ratchet. Scampish and ratchet. That they have been training their people to behave like that on election day, to dissuade you from casting a ballot for your candidate party and your candidate and party of choice, because they will then form the government. Let's see who's online.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Wow, that person dead.
Okay, yeah, that person seems to have. Okay, that person is gone.
Yeah, they are scared. They are so scared because when they turn left, right, and center, all they can see is progress, development. They are seeing the people of Grenada comfortable in what is going on for the last 4.5 years. They are scared.
That song like Garden Against Anything. That song like a planning to do thing. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, morning. Yes, caller, you're live. You're live, caller. Go right ahead. Hi, yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, voice sounding strange.
I have the cold, that's why.
Yeah, anyway, watch that man, that Vincent, the exporting line.
Not George. That's not George Vincent.
Gee, we man never see that.
That's
don't
Vincent
worry,
Roberts.
That's joke. Take it easy.
All right. That's not George Vincent. That's Vincent Roberts. Get it Vincent correct. Wrong Vincent.
There's so much of them.
Yeah, it's have a lot of Vincent. It have a lot of George. It all kind of, but I don't care about George. I in there. We have a call on the overseas line.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to Devon. Good morning to Sheldon.
Good morning. Yes, sir.
That's all. Yeah, all I try to make all the voice. All of playing all of Marco shots.
Oh, God.
Wave your national colors. Wave your national flag.
I tell them it's not me. It's Ken that say, don't put the NDC there. Not me. Victoria say, disrupt the election on election day. It's not me. It's them that say. Good morning. But on a serious note, brother Sheldon, brother Devon.
Yes, my brother.
You see, they beg for the date. And now they get the date. This is what they intend to do. You understand? Are these people ISIS? No, I really want to find out these people and my ISIS people. Because I can understand who in their right mind could watch a nice, peaceful, loving country. Look, after the rally last Sunday, you had pictures up on the internet, yellow and green posing together. We going into this battle to put somebody into power. We're not going into a battle with scampish and ratchet people and things. So I hope they know that we are prepared. They were saying they're ready. We are ready for all that. I shall I line them men may be hit your guts now because the little straw
I don't care.
The little straw that they had, the little intention that they had. If you listen to the guy clearly tell them that Grenada ain't ready for change yet.
Yep.
So the only technique that they had to win the election end up in the possession of who? Sheldon Scott and who? Devon Romain. Lord God. Grenada, we bless. Well, you know, I was down here. I do my work already and hoping to see you guys soon.
Yes, very soon.
Very soon. To all my folks in New York, I say, let not your heart be troubled. Get ready. We are going to get ready for a massive one. A massive victory. Come March 30th. I tell you, I want it out. A massive one. And that, I'm telling you, that was the final strategy. You understand? Because the rumors and then can fly again. So that was the final strategy. And look who have it, my brothers, my two brothers. Then guy who see me in the stadium and can't even make me out.
What? Zingo, have a good morning.
Later, Zingo.
The last time I couldn't take, I cut off my phone and I go. And I meet me twice in the bank and he says, Zingo, I didn't know you can't talk like that. And then you talk to me, cut off your phone and say, I couldn't take more. They meant posting all kind of weather and things for me. I couldn't take more. I had to jump up in and come down.
We will post a picture of the Parliament building just now for you to see.
All right, brother.
Okay, my brother.
What is the weather like
keep
up there?
moving.
All
Keep
right.
Moving.
Blessings. All right.
Yes, Zingo.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man.
And I think we have somebody in the local line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, Devin, what's up?
Not bad, my brother.
You know, I'm just. Last night I was looking at Beyond the Headlines, and the union guy really surprised me. And it seems like they have a strategy together with the leadership of the NDC to attack Mr. Peter David. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't succeed. You know, they would never succeed with that. Because we in the NNP, we love Peter David, and we are strong together. And under the banner of the NNP, the love is flowing like like a river. You know? And I guess that they can't believe that we are so happy together. So you're looking for like a thing like a joke to create. I don't understand because they can't create that. But they're looking for things to joke to push a wedge or a needle in that love. Yeah? But it ain't gonna happen. Because I remember most of my friends, right, before even what happened during the NDC time, most of my friends, I mean, the good friends of mine were strong NDC guys. I mean, talking about Tyrone, you're talking about Terrence, you're talking about Bobo James, you know, and all them guys that were my good friends. Yeah? And now they come over to the NNP, it's just a warm love.
Yeah.
We have a net around St. Patrick's. Yeah? A net of NNP supporters. Those that came over from NDC, and together with the NNP, we have a net. And that net is going to hold everything. Everything. Miss Anne is getting one bad beating. I'm just sorry for her. You know, in her age right now. She leave where she leave and come all up here and get that bad beating because of Mr. Buck. You know, I'm just saying that.
I'm not sorry for her.
I'm not sorry for her because her mouth is big.
Yes, she have a big mouth. No sorry for her at all.
But she looking for it.
Mm.
You know, she looking for it. And she all about the place like crazy.
You know, she just won in the early time migrate and leave out the people of St. Patrick's and go away. and now she coming back now, begging the people of St. Patrick's East and so to vote for her and to support her.
It can't happen, brother, man.
Never happen.
It can't happen. So St. Patrick is strong being and the net is very wide. And we have from Montrose, just Liverpool, Rosedale. I mean, you know, I'm living here to go to Rosedale in a little while. We have a big cook up on the block there, yeah?
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's the first time in a long time the nation go see or realize another woman abusing another woman politically.
You understand?
That is what she gonna get up there.
Definitely. So I'm just saying that we in the NMP have to be strong.
All right.
I'm be guarded by this little thing they're trying to push.
Vigilance.
Yeah.
Vigilance.
And stop and make sure, Miss Kami, I'm calling on our supporters. We need to show our supporters love. And even show the NSC love also too, but we need to show our own supporters real love. And stop this infighting with our supporters.
There's no infighting with no supporters. Don't go and get nobody no clip.
No. I'm just saying that,
that we have some infighting. There are one or two people who just they don't understand the concept that somebody could move from one end to the other. In all organizations, you will have that.
Definitely.
And I will tell you something. I'll always defend Camille Teresa Scott. And you know why? Because all of them who does see her and want to throw word for her, I doesn't hear none of them calling this program.
Definitely.
But they want to play the telling Camille as they want. I will use an example to you. Somebody come out and they attack Prime Minister Mitchell recently. I ain't going into no details because they ain't getting a platform here to put out this stupidness. But they go and they attack Dr. Mitchell. If Cammie's phone was working properly, I know by now I would have hear her call and give her testimony because she's done it before. Of she had no place to stay. And it's the same Dr. Mitchell and Yolande Bain Horsford that help her. I know I would have heard that by now. But some people want to feel, that's why I say, who like me, who don't like me, like me, whether you're NNP or NDC. I'm saying it as it is because I could sleep in the night.
But
she would call and say it, but they would not pick up a phone and call and say, Dr. Mitchell did this for me, or this MP did that for me. But I'm hearing it from Cammie, so I'll always defend her.
Sheldon, it's very strange. A party calling the other party needy and greedy, right? Then, alleged supporters of the other party go into the man that they say having people needy and greedy and beg. And when they get what they want, exactly what they want, because they think they're supposed to get exactly what they want, they ain't get it. They will put out a video and saying that this man is wicked because he ain't giving them what they want. Then, to me, I have to say that, I mean, NDC is not looking within the camp. NDC have then a national beggar, once every month, begging the nation for money to finance his business.
We have more important thing to talk about than them. Later, All right. Once you start on them is irrelevant to my discussion today. Goodbye. All right. Me a time with them. They are not worth my time. That's how I think of them. That particular individual isn't worth my time. Outsiders saying that they ain't worth my time. Nice.
While they want to continue to beat up on Peter David, they should have been in Queen's Park on Sunday evening to see the people of the Tongue of St. George, River Road, Dabo come out, the young people, the elderly.
Where do people get heart attack?
Right? They should have come out and see the support Peter David has been mustering. Why all of that going on? I see about 3 people passing around.
Not because we had the medication in the hospital now to deal with them when they have the heart attack, but I mean, not because we had the medication now. I mean, starting from Dr. Clarice Modescoin when we came in 2013, going on to the Honorable Nicholas Steele, and so we made sure that we had the medication there, and Dr. Mitchell didn't joke with that one. As Minister of Finance, he made sure the money was available. I hear Ann Peters had a different kind of story with a different Minister of Finance. But anyhow, that's a long story. But we know, and we say to you, the members of the National Democratic Congress, you ought not, those of you, the decent people, the patriotic Grenadians within the organization called the National Democratic Congress, you all should not tolerate that type of behavior from your organization. You all should not. All decent Grenadians ought to be appalled that this is the intent of a political organization that going around saying we going to win the next election and form the next government. So do you want a government of scamps and ratchet people?
And saboteurs?
People who are saying that being scampish is not a bad thing.
It's okay.
Do you want a government of people who are saying that to be scampish is not a bad thing?
But
come on, man.
You surprise me when you have
NDCites, men you need to talk up.
When you have men like Glenn Noel and them saying these things, because this is the same set of guys who took away a whole 1,000 houses away from the Grenadian people to swap it.
So they can't talk about housing.
They can't talk about housing.
They can't talk about. They leave a bill of millions of dollars millions of dollars. They leave a bill of millions of dollars there for the new National Party to come and pay for housing material they shared within that period of time that they had the parliament shut down. Nearly closed down some firms because the people thought they'd get the money within a reasonable time. No money was forthcoming. NNP had to come and pay them.
And how can they talk about health when they left a structure, right? I mean, designated for the improvement of health in our country. They left it for 4.5 years on the ground, rattling and rusting, and did nothing about it. And you want to come and talk to the Grenadian people about health? Look at it now. Look at it where it is now. Shame on you guys. Good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning. And how are you?
Not too bad.
Morning, sir.
This is a voice from the wilderness that come back.
I ain't making no piece of joke with you. Mr. Northwest, I ain't making no piece of joke with you.
Mr. who?
Mr. Northwest.
Mr. Northwest?
Mr. Northwest and George, I ain't making no piece of joke with you. You feel I don't know who calling there? From the time you say,
Well, I'll take a rest. But the time has come now when I should come back.
Okay.
So, what I'm calling to say, I just want to remind Mr. Nazim Burke, when he was Minister of Finance, what he did. He did take off VAT off of materials for 6 months for he to build his home. After that, he put it.
Let's be careful now.
Yes, I am careful.
No, you're not. Because if you say for him to build his home, he could sue us.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
But if you say at the right, so now we can't sue.
Well,
but if you say during the period of time,
if you as a minister and you're doing something for everybody, you don't do it for yourself alone, right? And I am telling Grenadians, I have supported the NNP party for over 31 years, and I never give up. And I will never give up. As long as I am there, I will support the doc. He's a good man. He has done his duty beyond recognition. There's nothing. They tried every trick in the book to make that man look small. And each time they try to bring him down, he come higher. I am there, and all the best. Keep the flag flying high until that day come. You will always hear from me from now on.
Okay, my brother.
And I'll have a talk. I will want to have a talk with you when you're off the air.
Okay, my brother.
Right? So
no problem.
I could be a little bit more enlightened.
Okay, no problem.
All the best.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's my good friend. I ain't hear my taxi man partner in the south give me a look hail up yet. I ain't hear him yet. But Devon, just another issue I wanted to. You see this tagline the NDC is using about putting people first. Let me say something. It's very, 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 very important that you understand when they say putting people first. Now, while they're putting people first, the new National Party has already put people first. Yeah? So they are now in the process. All the time they didn't care about you. They didn't care about you, the people of Grenada. They care about themselves. But now they come and they say NDC, putting people first. So in the process of doing it, not that you have done it and continue to do it. The NNP has put people first. In other words, we have already been doing that. But you all have finally come over and understood that it's important to put people first. So they come with a tagline. Anytime you see it, just know that they have never put people first before. In fact, one of their things that they have out is saying, come March 13th, we'll start putting people first. So all now, you're about 5th or 6th down the line from them aim first. You understand? The NDC do that, and now we use them. Them don't blame us. Now we. And it's them. Them, Devon.
I feel so shame and embarrassed for these guys.
Yeah, they're now putting people first.
Because...
Putting people first. So all the time, people wasn't first with them. They're now doing the process. Putting is the act of doing it. Yeah? If you have already put, then you have done it. It is your philosophy. It is what you believe in. But now you're putting people first. So you now realize that people are important. So you're trying to put them first now. And even put out an ad. As of March 13th, we'll start putting people first. So all now people are first with you. It is 5th, 6th, 7th, 25th? Or 49th like I used to pay.
Selfishness is one of the hallmarks of some of the leaders in NDC. They think of themselves, right? The leaders, they think of themselves and not about people, All right, so it's no surprising when they have a tagline like that. All right, they now start to think. They now start to catch up because the Grenadian people on February 19th, 2013, taught them a lesson that you must always think of your fellow men at the same time you think of yourself. Right? They come hand in hand. You have been elected to serve the people. They are the employers. The people of Grenada are your employers. You are the employee.
No, but they didn't know about putting people first.
No, you know about putting people first?
Put in their pocket first.
Oh.
NDC, put in pocket first. Yeah, they was putting their own pocket first. Yeah? Now they know about putting people first. They didn't know about putting people first before. And yeah, somebody just sent it for me. Yeah, the NNP manifesto. Yeah, what page is that again? Putting people first? Yeah, right. Human and social liberty. You understand?
Yeah. Right.
So we started the process a long time ago. Them just reach.
right now, they are political tabanka. I know, according to Depot. Political tabanka. What, when they fell asleep in the night, two things they worrying about. Doc.
Peter.
Doc.
Peter. Peter.
Doc. Peter. And then at a certain time, they worrying about them 4 women in St. Andrews, because what they realizing, very interesting, Sheldon, what they are realizing in St. Andrews, the women candidates of the NNP, they are creating a surge in St. Andrews. They have the women right where they want them, and then they having the women take their men and pull them in. So all what NDC do, they in trouble. They're losing the men, they're losing the women, and they're losing the young voters.
You forget the last thing, they're losing the seat. Anyhow.
Well, they lose the seat already. They're standing up. They lose. Oh, by the way, before we go.
They didn't have it though in it in the first place.
Going on right now in Union in Southwest St. Andrews is the oil dung competition organized by Honorable Yolande Bain Hosford. Yes.
Before we go though, 2 other quick issues. We'll play the audio again for you in a little while.
Definitely.
But before we dive off, 2 other things, just a slight diversion. I'm hearing that the NDC is asking for Nazim Burke to speak to the independence rally. I'm trying to figure out in what capacity. Our constitution does not recognize political parties. He is not the opposition leader, and nor does the Constitution of Grenada, nowhere in it does it recognize political parties. In fact, when you're speaking of the electoral process, the Constitution of Grenada only recognizes individual candidates. So, in other words, 15 independent candidates can run, 8 independent candidates can win and form a government. You don't have to be part of a political organization. Yeah? Although that wouldn't happen. But anyhow, but it is feasible under the Constitution. The Constitution of Grenada does not recognize political parties. So my first question is, in what capacity should he be allowed to address any independence rally? And we have to understand, there is only one prime minister at a time in our island. One.
Remember after Ivan, what they cook up?
Yeah, but I mean, that was cook up.
They wanted to share power after Ivan.
The rice was kind of bleached. But anyhow, but what I'm saying is this. There is only one prime minister on the island of Grenada at any point in time. One. You can't have 2. Yeah? From 1974 till now, we've had an address by the prime minister at the independence ceremony. We've had that. So I'm trying to figure out in what context should he be allowed. We know that you can't pull your own audience, so you want to use the independence audience as an audience to speak to. I can understand that. I feel your pain, brother. But
with that.
No, but I feel sorry for him. So I'm trying to understand, You're
wasting people's time.
But as we say, Senator Burke, if you have a little issue and thing, check us.
Yeah, check us.
You want to leave the island as soon as the election finish and you want to go and work in the agency?
Talk to us.
Talk to us. I'm pretty sure that Prime Minister Mitchell will sign whatever it is.
Honorable Peter David will organize for him.
No, but Prime Minister Mitchell will have to sign as the Prime Minister when it is an appointment to one of those international bodies as which he was going to and he wanted to go to. Prime Minister Mitchell would have to sign that. So, talk to us. We go organize. All right? Just send a message. Come yourself. You could come up Mount Helicon and check me. I have no problem with that. Check us. We're going to have that conversation. And all the other members that might be looking for a little walk after the election, we're going to talk. Yeah? Not a problem, man. We're going to talk. All right? Go find some kind of place to put you. I mean, we understand the situation. We understand the stress. We understand the problems. We understand that certain people in St. Patrick trying to take your power as the leader of the party. So, I mean, yeah. So, anyway, let's play this again before we run out of time, man. Let's play this thing again before we run out of time. Because I just see Bobby drop in there and he says some NDC saying that, oh, that is not a tape of the meeting. Okay, then tell us what Glenn Noel, the General Secretary of the party, is saying here.
I don't know if you're alone because I think the point you make is an extremely important point. Now, what I discover about us over the years as NDC, often the problem is not lack of information or knowledge or what has to be done, but the act. We don't have a few tricks of our own, and we're not able to detect if the enemy is playing fall with us. So the part Victor made about learning to slow down in a polling division of box where the enemy is winning. In other words, he called for an Indo agent who just doesn't understand just the pure law and everything, but somebody who is empowered and feels strong enough that they understand what's going on and they could come up with something of their own and say, but we can't allow that to happen. So nobody can prevent you from questioning a name and slowing down the process. Is that proper? It is. Scampishness was not always a bad thing. But scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. Like, and scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning, right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself. Or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside the job. Because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else. Right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people. And whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the NDC could try and say as much as possible. They're telling the diehards. No, it was Vincent Roberts that was on to the point this morning and admitted that what we have played is real. He admitted he lied about what was being said, but he admitted that what we have played is real. Don't take my word for it. Vincent Roberts, in his own words.
Know that you guys come on Tuesdays.
Yes.
So someone sent me a message earlier today, and they told me to whoever's coming from the NDC, ask them about because I didn't hear it. I was tied up with other things yesterday, so I didn't follow news as much as I do. To ask them about the meeting, this plan to disrupt the election process.
No, that wasn't what was said.
In this recording that was aired.
No, that was not what was the contents. It was a training session for our indoor and outdoor agents and telling them what to expect. Right. You know, you can expect this is how you deal with it. You know, and so on.
Was that all that was being said there?
Liar.
Was that all that was being said there? Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Morning. Go right ahead,
yes,
caller.
my dear.
You need to take the volume off that radio in the background.
Yes, darling. I'm listening, darling.
All right.
You hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
And how are you?
Quite fine.
Oh, my God, man. You're getting powerful more and more now. Hey. Well, last night we had a wonderful time up here. Montreal.
Okay, yes. I heard there was a wonderful meeting in Montreal last night.
I was not able to attend it. I'm not that much well.
I listened to...
But I sit down on my veranda. And I hear everything. My God, my Senator Humphrey. Oh, my God. He went out and out. He deliver. He deliver real goods, eh? He deliver real goods. Even though you have a beast heart, your heart go change. Yes. Senator Humphrey deliver. He deliver. I think it was like Yahweh. They all deliver. They can deliver real good. Yes. It was wonderful. And that a good turnout.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I listened to your tape and I heard the man talk this man. This man is easy. And that man from Vincent, George, Mason. I don't know what game he playing last night. I don't see what reason was he going to thing last night. I don't know. This was them have a worry, so they have a bad problem. They have a bad problem.
All right, my dear.
Yeah.
Well, we go talk.
Yes, dear.
All right.
You didn't forget to call me yesterday, so I want to tell you.
Yes, I will call you.
Okay?
All right.
Right, too.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but listen, I didn't get a chance to listen last night, so I can't comment on it. I didn't get an opportunity to listen to that. But I did listen to part of the meeting, and we had Senator Humphrey was on fire last night, but like lava. Yeah, man. So, hey, and we got Senator Humphrey Friday?
Yes.
Senator Humphrey will give us a check out Friday. Yeah.
Friday, please the Lord.
You'll give us a pass.
Yes,
yeah?
definitely.
Yeah, you go give a little pass and all kind of thing.
And so, it's heating up. It's election time.
Oh, you
March
think
13th.
You all think that's all we've got? You think we just fire out all we ammunition? No.
No,
I don't think we will put any more out this week. Probably, well, maybe Thursday we might consider.
Yeah, we might consider, or might be Monday after Senator Chester Humphrey will decide.
So let's see Thursday, probably according to the response of the NDC, because we've heard Vincent basically saying that what people understand, what people have heard is not what is there. So people have heard the NDC planning to disrupt. And you know, this is a wake-up call to all of you who are indoor agents for the new National Party to be extremely vigilant on election day. Because you hear what they're planning. They hear what they're planning. You don't win an election before, you win an election on election day. You win or lose it on election day. Yeah? They could fabricate all they want to fabricate. They could join up all different pizza audio as they have done in the past, and we have pointed out. They could join up where they want to join up. They could fake what they want to fake. And they can come and try to counterattack. Or you could go personal and attack the messengers as you usually do. Attack Sheldon Scott. Say I'm fostering hate in the party. Attack Devon Romain and say, okay, he has all kind of thing in his past. Attack us. If you understand two of us, me ain't care. Go right ahead.
I like born Grenadian.
Go right ahead. It will only continue to show the desperation of you all as a political party and organization. There are people who are members of the NDC, card-carrying, fee-paying members of the NDC that don't like what you all are planning. and they're refusing to be part of it. And you know what? This election, to all of you that might be card-carrying, paid-up members of the National Democratic Congress, I take the words of Peter David for you. You don't have to come over to the New National Party. You don't have to put on a T-shirt. But you know what you need to do? When election day comes, you need to look for the symbol of the house and make sure that the little box next to it, you put your mark inside there. Because that way, you'll rid yourself of the scampish and ratchet people that want to take charge of our country. I ain't calling them names. I'm using the names that they say, the kind of people that they want to be in the polling stations on election day. It's also a wake-up call to you, the voters, of what to expect on election day. That there is going to be an attempt by the NDC. I don't think they're going to change plans last minute now. That there is going to be a plan by the NDC to disrupt the process, to slow it down. You heard the General Secretary saying nothing wrong with that. Is it wrong? No, nothing wrong with that.
It's okay, it's legal.
So that they will attempt to slow down the process and frustrate you from casting your ballot. So you have to be resilient in your mind right now. And you have to build that resilience that nothing come March 13, 2018, nothing is going to stop you from casting your ballot. Once you have a legal right, once you're on the list, once you're at the right polling station, and you have your documents, nothing is going to stop you from voting and casting a ballot on election day. And we know you're going to vote the House. Even those of you that putting on a T-shirt and go in the NDC functions right now. Yeah, the people that want the scampish and rascal people, they want good people. They didn't say put decent people in the polling stations that are going to ensure that the right thing happen. They say no. They say find scams and ratchet people and put them in the polling stations.
So you can see their intention. Their intention is clear.
That is what they have said. Don't take our word for it. We're going to play it one more time before we leave. Yeah, we're going to play it one more time before we leave. First, we're going to play for you what Vincent said. And then we're going to play for you what was said in the actual meeting so that you would have a good understanding. We're going to play it again.
I know that you guys come on Tuesdays.
Yes.
So someone sent me a message earlier today and they told me to, whoever's coming from the NDC, ask them about because I didn't hear it. I was tied up with other things yesterday, so I didn't follow news as much as I do. To ask them about the meeting, this plan to disrupt the election process.
No, that wasn't what was said.
In this recording that was aired.
No, that was not what was the contents.
Mm-hmm.
It was a training session for our indoor and outdoor agents and telling them what to expect. Right. You know, you can expect this is how you deal with it. You know, and so on.
I don't know if you will allow me because I think the point you make is an extremely important point. Now, what I discover about us over the years as NDC, often the problem is not lack of information or knowledge or what has to be done, but the act. We don't have a few tricks of our own, and we're not able to detect if the enemy is playing fall with us. So the part Victor made about learning to slow down in a polling division box where the enemy is winning. In other words, he called for an Indo agent who just doesn't understand just the pure law and everything, but somebody who is empowered and feels strong enough that they understand what's going on and they could come up with something of their own and say, but we can't allow that to happen. So nobody can prevent you from questioning a name and slowing down the process. Is that proper? It is. Scampishness is not always a bad thing. But it comes Scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. Like, and scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning. Right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So we let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself. Or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside the job. Because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else. Right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people. And whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yes, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. Devon,
it's amazing.
Walk with extra clothes.
Yeah, well,
walk with extra clothes.
Yeah, I have to.
You've already been threatened.
Yeah.
You've been threatened by the political leader of the National Democratic Congress to strip you naked in public. Walk with your extra clothes in your bag. And everybody, walk with your extra clothes. Yeah. Happy Independence to each and every one of you. And note the importance of today's program. Some people may say, oh, they went politics today and tomorrow is independence. Ooh. The key to our independence is our right to vote for a government of our choice.
Exactly.
We gained that in 1974 in a proper way.
Enshrined in our Constitution. Yes.
Exactly. That every man and woman on this island that has attained the age and the qualification can vote for a government of their choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah? As such, it is totally anti-independence and anti-constitutional for anyone to try to deny you that right. Which the day before independence is why it's so important for us to let you know of what that organization, the NDC, has been caught planning for election day, the 13th of March. Yeah, it's very important that we let you know and that you let your friends and family know to be aware that this is what is being planned for you. Yeah? So as we said, that's all the time we have for today. Yeah, we're going to play the independence message by Sir Eric Matthew Gary in a little while as well. And remember the independence ceremony that's going to be at the Grenada National Stadium starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, we're going to give you more information in relation to the youth activity on Sunday, the youth rally on Sunday. We're going to give you some more information on Thursday in relation to that. And quite a few other activities taking place over the next 24. So no hard talk tomorrow. It's Independence Day. No hard talk. Now, don't look out for us. We ain't going to be there. All right? No hard talk tomorrow. All right?
Patriotism.
Yeah. Tomorrow I go in and look for a long and that kind of thing. All right? Understand? Right? Nice. Yeah. But definitely on Thursday, God's willing, we will be back with more hard talk for each and every one of you. All right, so as we said, we're going to play that independence message by Sir Eric Matthew Gary. But just before we play that, I think it's important to remind NDCites. All right. Yes. And whatever you say and do it safe and secure when you're speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We're out.
NDC can come back at all. Not one seat for them. We want progress and no more scandal. Not one seat for them. Hear what I tell all you. When you vote in election, they let the progress continue. Not one seat for them. We cannot take that chance. Not one seat for them. Green is the insurance. Not one seat for them. We got to keep moving. So this election, when all you vote, let us bury Nazim. 5 years ago, we made a change because the country needed to be rearranged. NDC got in power, the country they couldn't run. Instead of lifting us up, them buggers they bring us straight to the ground.
As we we celebrate the 44th anniversary of our nation's independence. The independence celebrations continue with the cultural extravaganza. Come join us at Victoria Park, Grenville on Saturday, 3rd February, starting time 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, go over to Crowshoe at the Crowshoe RC Church for the church service. And on Tuesday, February 6th, National Colors Day, oil down competition, and interministerial competition. On Independence Day, Wednesday, February 7th, please come down to the National Stadium starting at 1 p.m. with the Made in Grenada Expo, the military parade and rally at 4 p.m. and the This Is Home concert at 6:30 p.m. ending with the grand fireworks. Let's all celebrate the Big 44. One people, one nation, our responsibility. Happy birthday, Grenada.
Parliamentary Elections Office announces changes to some polling stations. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. The Parliamentary Elections Office has announced some changes to polling stations in the Tongue of St. George Southeast, and St. Patrick. The 9 polling stations in the Tongue of St. George have been condensed to 7 in the interest of protecting the identity of voters. This means that polling stations GO8 and GO9 have been merged and are now being referred to as GO7. Polling station GO7 has been merged with GO1. Polling station GO5 is now voting at the St. Joseph's Convent, St. George, while GO8 and GO9 will vote at the St. George's SDA School. Mr. Ferdinand Phillip, Voter and Civic Registration Officer at the Parliamentary Elections Office, spelled out the other changes on the GIS Spice Morning Show.
GO7 has now been merged with GO1. Persons in GO1 will vote at the St. George's Magistrates Court, St. John Street, St. George Northeast. GO2, A, B, and C previously voted at the Sunset Restaurant and Bar. Those stations will now be at the Lacroix building. So previously it was at Sunset Restaurant and Bar. It's now at Lacroix's building. St. George Southeast, KO1 was at the Veterinary Lab on Lotus Lane. It is now at the Anglican High School, Lotus Lane entrance. KO3 was at Wilfred Ross Building at Calivini. It is now at the Calivini Community Center. KO5 was at Mrs. James' shop on the Greens, also known as the Teapot. It is now at the Bethel Hall Methodist Church. And for St. Patrick East, PO4 was previously at Jim Cornwall's premises at Monfendu.
It is our responsibility, therefore, to make Grenada more than a place, but a community based on mutuality and common love of country.
Reverend Dr. Osbert James addressing the congregation at the annual Ecumenical Independence Service at the Crowshoe Roman Catholic Church on Sunday. His sermon focused on this year's independence theme, One People, One Country, Our Responsibility. Dr. James highlighted what defines us as a nation. He called it true Grenadianism.
We cannot make distinctions between the Grenadian by birth or, as someone has said, the Grenadian by boat. Neither between the Grenadian by succession nor the Grenadian by naturalization. The Grenadian who has always resided here and the Grenadian who has just come back. The Grenadian who has chosen to work and live here and contribute directly to the life of the country, and the Grenadian in the diaspora who is engaged with this country in meaningful ways. What matters is our commitment to the ideals of Grenadianism. Grenadianism is not concerned about the accident of one's birth on this volcanic rock, as much as it is about holding sacrosanct certain core values which define us as a nation. And I want to lift up the values like country before self, neighborliness, compassion, kindness, tolerance, and a spirituality which informs all aspects of our lives.
Dr. James says political differences should be placed on the back burner and all need to adopt a country-first attitude as we move forward.
If different organizations, businesses, and institutions like the church, the school, and the family were to incorporate elements of this compact in their planning and allow it to inform their activities, we can make Grenada an even greater country. We can make Grenada a nation which is ever conscious of God, aspiring, building, and advancing as one people.
The ecumenical service was attended by Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, cabinet members, former government officials, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, among others. Grenada is bustling with activity in preparation for its 44th independence anniversary on February 7th. This year's celebrations are being held under the theme, One People, One Country, Our Responsibility. The newly opened Grenville Bus Terminus was transformed into a patriotic village on Saturday, where the National Celebrations Committee held its cultural extravaganza. Chairman of the committee, Anne-Marie Marichaux, commended Grenadians on their display of patriotism so far during the celebrations.
Our heritage, our cultural heritage, our shortening, vehicle, jab, wild Indians, fancy mass. This is a true reflection of us as Grenadians. And as our theme for this year says, one people, one country, our responsibility. It is our responsibility as Grenadians to showcase what Grenada has.
Independence, along with Christmas and Carnival, are seasons that Grenadians in the diaspora come home to support. Yvette Noel Schur, famous R&B singer, Beyonce's publicist, says she considers herself a Grenadian ambassador. She says amidst all the changes, the people remain the same.
See that although there's so much progress and employment and all that stuff, it's nice that some things haven't changed, and that's like people being friendly and good to one another. And I think I'm the proudest to be from Grenada than anything else I've ever done or ever accomplished. I've been a publicist for a very long time, probably about 25 years, and I've worked with some of the best artists in the world. And 2 seconds after you meet me, you know that I'm Grenadian.
Celebration continues on Tuesday, which has been dubbed National Oil Down and National Colors Day.
On the Esplanade, if you don't want to see the competition, you can also get some oil down on the carronade, Stillman music, all part of our celebration, handled by the Food and Nutrition Council.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It's a grand celebration taking place in the nation. Independence 44. Celebrating as one people, one country, our responsibility. The National Stadium on February 7th will be transformed. Red, green, and gold will reign supreme. The Made in Grenada Expo begins at 1 p.m. The military parade and rally starts at 4 p.m. Addressed by the Prime Minister. Cultural performances. This is home concert and a grand finale of fireworks. Come on down, Grenada. Let's celebrate the Big 44. Grenada's independence anniversary. One people, one country, our responsibility.
The Grenada government says it is confident new West Indies manager Roy Lewis will be a major influence attempting to improve the fortunes of the regional side as it prepares to enter ICC World Cup qualifiers. News has surfaced in the region that Lewis, a former Grenada, Windward Island and West Indies leg spinner, has been appointed to the position, replacing former pacer Joel Garner. Lewis, who has been employed with CWI for a number of years since retiring from cricket, was the manager of the successful World T20 run in 2016. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell said, and I quote, "We are pleased with this appointment, and on behalf of the government and people of Grenada, we express hearty congratulations to Lewis," unquote. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
Whatever I have done in office, I hope that I can help inspire the next generation of achievers. Having come from a humble family in Brazil, the son of a farmer and market vendor, this country has given me many awesome opportunities in life, a pathway created through education. That's why I want to speak to the next generation all over St. George's Northwest, and indeed the country as a whole. Life is not about where you started, but where you want to go. I'm determined, through this office I hold, to fight to create even more opportunities for you. But you also must have to want to grab them with both hands. These 2018 general elections are therefore about consolidating the gains and backing the fresh opportunities we shall create for the next generation. We shall not look back, nor stand still. Together we shall march forward. Together we shall keep moving.
Putting the lens on Grenada, its people, and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs.
Putting the lens on Grenada, its people, and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Reporting this week, I am Delroy Lozan. An investment in the South is adding value to the shopping experience. Find out how. Anglican High School records another success year, this time in the academic field. Hear how this new accomplishment is building the school's spirit. And work to begin on a playing field in the St. Andrew district. Kevil Frederick, Rakisha St. Louis, and Abigail McIntyre all report from the Grenada Heartland when we come back. The Keith Mitchell-led administration has resurrected the state pension issue after previous governments backed away following its removal during the revolution. This has now become a matter of high priority with legacy-defining potential. This after the government refused to appeal the Hermelin Armstrong case and to restore her pension in accordance with a High Court judgment. Now, the Mitchell government is inviting solution-driven dialogue as it presses ahead to restore pension to public officers. Cartac has been contracted to provide possible solutions. A pension consultant from Washington is also on the case. The IMF has pledged technical support, and government is urging stakeholders and union leaders in particular to come to the table. The Mitchell government is appealing for solution-driven dialogue designed to restore state pension to public officers. Welcome back. The newly built 26,000 square foot Spiceland Mall expansion project is already operational, with new businesses offering a world-class shopping experience for visitors. It's a private investment that is creating big impact for the economy in the South. Kevil Frederick has the details.
Looking from outside, you never think all the spaces here.
You see?
From outside, you see. Okay.
This is going to be the new location for Corp Bank.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so, but this will be the office of a law firm here.
Law firm here?
Yes, Benku.
Yes,
yes. So she took here. We have a doctor's office here.
You got everything here? Somebody gets sick, they know to go?
Yes.
Right. You right here, you're a lawyer, you need a lawyer, come here, right?
Yes.
This is going to be who?
I think Digicel.
Okay.
And that's Terra here.
Yes, Terra.
It took almost the whole one side, you know? And that's the doctor's office here.
So Terra have quite a few.
They took almost this entire side.
They must be doing very well.
Well, of course. Yes.
4 years ago, they wouldn't even take a spot.
Spiceland Mall International, Grenada's premier shopping center, is home to over 30 stores, where shoppers can get anything ranging from groceries to electronics, banking services, clothing, medical, legal, to delicious culinary delights, to name a few. Earlier this year, the Hadid Group decided to seize the opportunity and expand the mall's shopping space as investor interest grew. On August 24th, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, accompanied by the Executive Director, Mr. Hassan Hadid, toured the newly built two-story 26,000 square feet additional shopping space in an informal meet and greet with business operators and investors. During the visit, the Grenadian leader was captured interacting with business owners.
I say, you guys, I told him if a man does something wrong, he has a lawyer here. If he gets sick, the doctor here.
Yes.
And if he wants to drink a lot of rum and then get a hangover and make a coffee, you have everything here.
All the services are here.
Everything here.
Yes. And did you sell the phone services there?
Everything?
Yes, good.
Well, take care of yourself.
Thank you very much.
Lisa Herrera.
Good morning.
Pleasure, man.
How
Pleasure.
are you?
So that's your corner.
This is my corner. Saffron.
Cinnamon. Toasted coconut.
Welcome at the Ship Connection and Things Additional. Nice to have you.
When you started here?
We were down at the first building and then we moved over here about 4 weeks ago. Oh, yes.
They have expanded.
So we have expanded.
That means money flowing. Well, you look good, I tell you. You're well decked out.
I wasn't going in Grenada.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm charging you, no? Yeah. So you guys all right?
No complaints, a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Take the time to come along.
Hi. Yeah. Just my first site visit.
Okay, very good. Very good. Welcome in.
Yes.
How are you?
You chartered the whole place.
How's everything?
He's our public relations officer.
What? All white, man? All white?
We brought 4 top brands from Miami.
Yeah.
Here. Cotton Natural, they are in Miami. They are online also. And actually, they give us 30% for the Caribbean. So we have it cheaper than online themselves. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, just for the beginning, you know?
Yes.
We have support with that.
To advertise it.
Yes. So, and actually, it's been doing good. The people love it. You know?
People come in.
Yes.
How are you?
So all the sportsmen have to come here, right?
Yes.
Look at them there, Eddie.
How are you?
Not bad. You good?
Yes.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So you're in charge, you know?
Yes. This is Daniel.
You're with the company before?
Yes.
As a new one.
It's a new branch, branch in town.
But they have branch in town, yeah?
Yes, so this is a new store we opened. This is Mr. Daniel, who is...
So you're the big man, eh? Genuinely so? Yes. I use the right word? Yes. All right.
State of Affairs later chatted with Dr. Mitchell, who reacted positively to the new environment.
My first impression is really that this place reminds me of any major mall or stores in New York, Miami, or Washington, where I normally visited and attempted to shop. So what it shows is that I don't necessarily have to go there to do the shopping and to get the quality of stuff that we see here. That's the first impression I get.
The Prime Minister further added,
it became clear to me that the expansion that we saw here today certainly would not have occurred if those who are involved in investing didn't see serious opportunities for profit based on their activity. It is clear that they have sensed what is taking place in this country economically. They have also sensed that people are looking for quality material in different levels, and what I see there is a showpiece that caters for all levels of persons. Those who are interested at one level will get what they need, and I think that to me is also a major lesson from what I see. It's also an indication of the employment opportunities being created, because every single one of those businesses that you see here is not just replacing from somewhere else. Mostly so, they might have a few like that. The additional investment and so that means the additional job creation, which is sending the right message about development in the country, and of course what they hope for young people getting jobs.
However, the genius behind the multi-million-dollar investment Hassan Hadid has described the current economic climate in Grenada as flourishing and positive.
From a local investor point of view is that we have seen the climate, we have seen the economic situation in Grenada is being going up, and we came to the conclusion that it is the right time from an investor point of view to embark on the expansion of Spice and Mall. And until today, we are confident that we have made the right decision. And we believe Grenada is continuing to develop and to grow economically.
Asked why he chose to invest at this time, he replied,
any investor must feel confident, right? That there's stability in the country. They have to feel that the government is pro-business. It doesn't matter which government is in power. And then you look for the signal to say, is there any development? And definitely there is development. And you go anywhere in Grenada. I mean, I travel all over Grenada, and I do see all sort of development, whether it is in the construction industry or the hotel industry and so on. And that is an indication that there's a confidence not just in investors, but even in the average Grenadian individual, because when a Grenadian decides to expand on his house, it's an indication of confidence, and that's what it is.
The expansion at the mall has seen the incorporation of some new designs, styles, and layouts that are leaving new and returning nationals in amazement.
Well, I think it's pretty impressive. Have an artistic background, an architectural background. I'm very impressed. The type of materials they use, the high-level porcelain tiles and so on, the glass balustrade and so on. Very impressive. I mean, if you're in here, you could never tell if you're in New York or you're in Grenada. Simple. I mean, if you go outside, definitely you'll know. But once you're in here, I mean, even the sizes, I mean, this new wing is just add a lot of volume and most of our class, man.
Meanwhile, business operators and investors are confident that the new home will be buzzing with economic activities soon, especially with the new outlook and variety being offered.
I'm looking for a bright Christmas. Okay, this wing is fairly new, so people will come and they will look first to make sure the prices are right, and then they will come back to shop. So I'm looking for great things for this side of the mall for this year.
Grenadian entrepreneur Lisa Herrera owns Saffron, the first and only coffee espresso shop at the mall.
As you can see, we have a lot of different types of coffee and flavors, and I think it's going to catch on and do well, you know. Yeah, and so far it's doing well. We open on Monday.
Okay, on Monday.
Yes.
Just Monday gone.
Just Monday gone.
All right.
So three days now. This is the fourth day.
Okay.
But so far so good.
I am Kevin Frederick for State of Affairs.
These are the images from across Grenada. This is State of Affairs. More stories from the heartland after this.
Madam, what it is you doing there? You could hurt yourself and hurt the baby too, you know.
Thank you, sir, for your concern, but I am in no distress.
If you don't mind me asking, madam, what it is you carrying there?
This is an LPG cylinder from Petro-Caribbean.
Petro-Caribbean? LPG?
So you don't know Petro-Caribbean selling cooking gas now? The bottle light and easy to handle. That is why even me could carry it with my big belly. And sir, the best part is the price better than the rest.
Wow.
Petro-Caribbean, energy for union, available at distributors and retailers across Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
The 2017 CSEC examination results still has schools in a celebratory mood as they toast the success of students. But amidst the joy, there are some concerns that Grenada is lagging behind in critical subject areas like math and English. Abigail McIntyre explains.
It was a long-anticipated wait as students from secondary schools across the Tri-Island state waited for results from the 2017 CSEC examination. But on Friday, the 18th of August, the wait was over, and news circulated that the Anglican High School topped the examination with 15 passes, 12 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s.
When I first heard the results, I was at my neighbor's shop, and the results came across on either the 5 or 6 o'clock news, and I just happened to hear my name. So I ran to the radio just to hear it again, because it was just the headlines, and I heard the announce that Kimika Shelley Donnell was the top performer for the CSEC examinations, and I was completely overwhelmed, and I started to panic. My aunt had to hold me down. She sat on me. I couldn't breathe. Then I got up and I just ran home screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." He's like, "What happened? What happened?" I said, "Daddy, I come first. Daddy, I come first." And he started crying. It was just a very overwhelming moment for all of us.
Now, Kimika has, over the years, been showing that she has a lot of potential. And we're very happy that she showed that potential in this exam.
The St. Mark Secondary School made a name for itself this year, securing the second place position in the exams. LJ Watts received 13 passes, 12 grade 1s and 1 grade 2.
Just in shock. I couldn't believe it because it was something that I've worked hard for over the past 5 years.
The student coming third hails from the sister isle of Carriacou. Making her school proud, Shaniza Steele has 15 subject passes, 11 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s.
I expected great results because I knew I worked extremely hard and all the long nights and early mornings would surely not go unpaid.
When you look at the pass rate, Hillsborough Secondary had a pass rate of 88% this year, which was higher than St. Joseph Convent, PBC, Anglican High School. It had the second highest pass rate. And this is commendable. And as we all know, Hillsborough Secondary is also the champion, I think, in the Knowledge Bowl or one of those things. And very well in sports. So it tells us that we cannot single out certain schools and say, well, this is a better school than this school. And I think this is the point I want to make. Every school has the potential to do well.
This year, 2,506 candidates registered to write the CSEC examinations. Of that number, 645 were private candidates and the others attending school. Largest entries were in English A, Math, Social Studies, Principle of Business, and Information Technology, while the lowest entries were Theatre Arts, Industrial Technology Mechanical, Additional Math, Religious Education, and Visual Arts. But this year, it was the technical and art subjects that received the most passes. Subjects like physical education, theatre arts, food and nutrition, technical drawing, principles of business, and family and resource management, to name a few. The traditional subjects like math and English B, French, and geography received the lowest pass rates. Above all, 2017 saw the lowest pass rate for the CSEC examination at 67.36%, whereas in 2016, the rate stood at 69.78% and 70.8% in 2015. This is alarming for the officials from the Ministry of Education.
The intention should be to improve, not any kind of reversal of performance, and this to me is not good.
Minister Boson is particularly concerned about the performance in math and English.
Because we know that maths and English, or literacy and numeracy, are the two key pillars of the education system. And if we are not doing well in those two areas, it means that overall we can't be doing. And this is of concern to us, that we have to do some investigation to find out why our students are not doing well.
Above all, the students are excited to get started on the next level in their lives as they pursue their dreams.
I like being a leader and executing my own ideas, and I have a lot of vision, so I just like to bring those forward.
Well, right now I want to be a general engineer. I'm also studying to be a chemist, a physicist, as well as a marine biologist. I also want to become a doctor and a pilot. It sounds like a lot of things that I have to work on, but I'm sure I'll get there.
Well, my future aspiration is to become a doctor, and I have applied for St. George's University approximately 3 weeks ago, and I have to just send in my CXC results, and we'll be awaiting acceptance. So when I get accepted, I'll be attending school in January of 2018, and I'll be doing the biology undergraduate program as a stepping stone in achieving my career to become a medical doctor.
For State of Affairs, I am Abigail McIntyre.
This is the Grenadian reality. This is our current state of affairs. Almost $500,000 is being pumped into the restoration and upgrade of the laboratory playing field in St. Andrew. This as part of government's thrust to improve sporting arenas around the country. Rikisha St. Louis tells us how this project is promising big change for the people.
Excitement builds within the village of La Poterie as the government delivers on yet another promise to upgrade the current playing field. The Keith Mitchell-led administration has, since it assumed office in 2013, been putting a lot of emphasis on upgrading playing fields and sporting facilities across the Tri-Island state. Some of the work being done include the expansion of fields, erection of lights, as well as the construction of pavilions and basketball facilities. Work on the field has already commenced with an anticipated completion period of 3 to 4 months. State of Affairs recently journeyed to the project site with Sports Minister Honorable Roland Bowler and other senior sports officials.
As a government and a ministry in particular, we hold the philosophy that we have a lot of raw talent in Grenada in different sporting disciplines. And that one of the things that will help harness those kind of talents and expose them and have them up to the level to compete at a regional and international level is ensuring that we have proper playing surfaces and surfaces where our athletes can find more time. So for example, if you have a playing field that is lit, one of your athletes, if they are a student for example, would have sufficient time for school, get home, do their homework and so, and at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the night, because the facility is lighted, they can do an hour or 2 hours of practice. So that's a philosophy that we hold and we are working towards that. I must say though that we probably would have liked to have much more fields or facilities, be it hard court or playing field or so, in a better condition by now, more of them being lighted up, inclusive of the National Cricket Stadium. But we are working towards it. It's a slow march, but we are progressing, and we do believe that over time we'll be able to have all our major fields lighted up so that our athletes can have the opportunity that they deserve. We're looking at expanding the playing surface here as a playing field, and at the same time trying to get it leveled, because it was kind of sloped in a way. Was not a full-size field, so even when the school from Tivoli was having the annual athletics meet, they weren't able to get a full 100 meters across the field, and in trying to get 200 meters or so, they had to run up and down the hill.
The project will be done in 4 phases and will cost approximately $400,000. The National Lotteries Authority and the Government of Grenada will be funding the project.
The field will be basically 300-meter athletic track, you could take that. The distance, it will be 120 by 110. That means we'll take a standard football field. So GFA could have matches here, so that's wonderful. The cricket field, you'll have a good 2 cricket turf. And for the community, I think as we listened before and you heard the excitement of the community and all the other stakeholders on board, it will serve now not only the community of La Poterie, but all the surrounding.
Once completed, cricketers, basketballers, footballers and athletes will be more comfortable, and therefore much more can be expected from our local sportsmen and women.
Well, definitely this ground is going to be used for the community sporting program. We have coaches in the area, and they are going to be using this ground because I know that Progress Park is a ground that normally being congested with football athletics. So once here is completed, our cricketers are going to have another area where they're going to be able to express themselves and express themselves properly, because the bigger the ground is always better for cricketers.
Good field equal better playing surface, better players. So we're all excited. We expect to see more competition here. At the end of it, we heard of, this is phase 1, so we'll heard of the addition of maybe a basketball court. So it's a full project, and we are excited in Ministry of Sport, and we support our minister. And we are here from the Ministry of Sports partly every week with our technical support team to make sure that the work, is done to standard, and the field will be up to mark as all our other fields in the island.
Cummins says in a few months the La Poterie facility will join the rank and file of grounds that are up to standard in Grenada. He anticipates that a visiting international cricket team will get to test the new cricket turf.
Expanding the park here in La Poterie just is saying to us here in Grenada that we have another cricket ground, because the size that that is showing here, from where it was and what it's going to be, it is clearly telling us that in St. Andrews, we already have Progress Park as an international ground. We have Grenville, we have Pulse, and this cricket ground, this ground here is additional for what we're going to have for cricket. And just looking at what I'm seeing here, I'm already start putting plans in place for when the English team, the schools come in, that La Poterie will get a share of it.
One aspect of the project is the construction of a Kalinago house. You see, the current field sits on the foundation of an Amerindian village, and so the grading has unearthed pottery and other remains. These will be showcased at the new facility.
We have the commitment from some professors and archaeologists from Leiden University in the Netherlands, and they have committed to building a Kalinago house that the one you have in St. Vincent Argyle will be an exact look like this one. So we have to provide the material from forestry. We get the rosal tops from different villages, and they are going to construct that house for us.
To top it all off, Minister Bola says the state-of-the-art facility will be environmentally friendly.
The intent is also to have a basketball court being built at the top of the field here. Towards the hillside where we are cutting the bank, when they go further back, they will be doing it in a step formation. That will have to do some work in terms of building a back wall and with the step formation, sitting areas. We would want to, at some point in time, identify the best suited place to put in changing rooms, bathroom, toilets, and of course, when you do that, to use the upper floor of that to do a bit of sitting pavilion. It is not the intent to do a lot of concrete around this playing field. We want to keep it very natural, close to nature, environmentally friendly, as you would say. So on most sides, we would be planting trees. In particular, we thought the almond tree might be a good one that provides proper shade once you prune it and keep it in good shape. And we'll be using a lot of the natural material from the forest, the bamboos, and so.
Community members are happy that the project will soon be a reality, bringing huge benefits to La Poterie and surrounding areas.
Well, I feel very good about this project for Honorable Bola, what he did for us. He always tell me building that project, and I love to see the start he make and to finish this project for us in this village. This will help the community of La Poterie very good and very important for the community.
But I think we are extremely happy that the village, the community, was going to get a very professional playing field. I think they do need that. And in addition to that, the additional income that people are going to get when this field is completed is going to be of great benefit to the community.
For State of Affairs, I am Rikisha St. Louis.
And that's our picture this week from the home front. That's the current state of affairs. As we speak, our reporters and producers are gathering more stories from across Grenada as we prepare to tell them. I am Delroy Luzon.
The new National Party has been good to St. David's, and more is coming. Youth unemployment has reduced drastically. Infrastructure has improved. The standard of living of people have improved over the years. Our focus is to ensure that all our people in St. David's improve in their way of life and standard of living, and we are giving hope to young people. It is a united team that can deliver such hope to people and such benefits, and therefore this is not the time to take risk with the future. We must be committed to the present, and I say to you, let us all keep moving.
Celebrate the 44th anniversary of our nation's independence. The independence celebrations continue with the cultural extravaganza. Come join us at Victoria Park, Grenville on Saturday, 3rd February, starting time 5:30 p.m. On Sunday, go over to Crowshoe at the Crowshoe RC Church for the church service. And on Tuesday, February 6th, National Colors Day, oil down competition, and interministerial competition. On Independence Day, Wednesday, February 7th. Please come down to the National Stadium starting at 1 p.m. with the Made in Grenada Expo, the military parade and rally at 4 p.m. and the This Is Home concert at 6:30 p.m. ending with the grand fireworks. Let's all celebrate the Big 44. One people, one nation, our responsibility. Happy birthday, Grenada.